Arrogant Pill God 968, Arrogant Pill God from http://no windows. Arrogant Pill God 968, Arrogant Pill God from http://no windows. Heat Sayung's hands were full of blood, his skinny body was trembling, his eyes were bloodshot. Looking at the blood in his hands, he did not dare believe that he had personally killed his disciple, and even made the immortal sword not take it away. That immortal sword was bestowed to Yang Yi by a great character who came down from heaven realm. Because Yang Yi possessed that strange technique of teleporting through void S.P.A.C., that great figure at that time praised him endlessly, giving him an immortal sword the moment he got excited. Even his master was envious, but now, chase! Heat Sayung's angry roar set off a burst of violent winds, causing the thunderclouds in the sky to scatter. After Chen Xiang executed the form displacement transposition, he stepped on the shrinking step and started to run wildly, disappearing from everyone's line of sight. http://table of contents. Both of Heat Sayung's eyes turned red. He led his 10 odd clan elders and ran in the direction that Chen Xiang had disappeared to. Yao Shumi originally wanted to stop them, but in the blink of an eye, the group had disappeared into the distance. That's the purple dragon immortal sword. I heard it was refined from a purple dragon bone, and it has a bit of fame in the heaven realm. It was actually SNATC, head away by a little brat here. Although Chen Xiang's strength was 1,000 miles away from hers, his actions were extremely shocking. I am already used to it. My martial uncle is so powerful, you must have formed an alliance with him. If it were not for the fact that many people think about Junior Master's Green Dragon Demon Slaying Broadsword and Heaven Earth Killing method, he would definitely be treated as an important guest by many of the great powers. Gu Dongchen laughed. Chen Xiang was indeed right. Chen Xiang was a strange person in the young generation. He had the demeanor of a great emperor, but because his strength was currently too weak, he was able to grasp many shocking and precious things, which was why he was being chased by so many great powers. Madam Peach Blossom, you should prepare how to deal with the aftermath of your great elder's death. I feel that if they were to chase after our junior martial uncle, they probably won't be able to come back alive. Gu Dongchen's words made Yao Shumi and Mu Jialan's bodies tremble slightly. The fragrance of their jade bodies started to spread, and it was heard that many experts who went after Chen Xiang rarely returned alive. The last time Chen Xiang used his status to obtain the Heaven-Earth killing method in Pill City, he attracted many ancient powers, and many experts died at that time and night, all because of Chen Xiang. However, no one knew what kind of method Chen Xiang used, but up until now, people had still discussed about this strange matter from time to time. If this is kept secret, I might not feel so pressured in the future. Yao Shumi looked in one direction, which was the large mine that their Peach Blossom Imperial Landes were occupying. Just now, 2 people ran towards that direction. The little demon empress looked at her surroundings and said softly, "You don't have to worry about this, you can talk to Chen Xiang about it first. On the surface, you are treating him hard, chasing after him, offering him rewards, but in the shadows, you are on good terms with him. That's not a problem. My junior master's escaping ability is first-rate, so it's not a big deal even if there is another Peach Blossom Imperial Land chasing after him. Even if the Demon Empress were to send out the entire Demon Charming Association, I'm afraid that it would be difficult to catch him." Gu Dongchen chuckled. Chen Xiang's strength was similar to his, but there was no guarantee that he would win in the future, not to mention that he was extremely respectful to his own master and Huang Jintian. For Chen Xiang to be able to cultivate the Taiji Dragon suppressed Kung Fu, it meant that he was a madman like his master and Huang Jintian. Chen Xiang had only been in the Heaven Thunder Purgatory for a short while, but he had already caused so much trouble. First, he had killed the Son of Heaven, released a large group of people, then killed many elders of the Purple Moon Imperial Land, and annihilated the Heaven Devil King. Now, he had even killed the new son of Heaven Peach Blossom, who possessed a special technique and was bestowed a celestial sword by a great figure of the Heaven Realm. The great clan elder would never admit that he had smashed his own head. If not, what would the big figures of the Heaven Realm think of him? Although Gu Dongchen and the Demon Empress were present, their words would definitely be denied by the Peach Blossom Imperial Land. It was just that the great elder He Kaiyong was still chasing after Chen Xiang and had not returned to the Peach Blossom Imperial Land for several days already. These guys have suffered a huge loss. Not only did they lose a good seedling, they even lost an immortal sword in my hands. Ha! Chen Xiang was secretly delighted. He sprinted forward and laughed non-stop, making the old fellow, who was chasing after him, stomp his feet in anger. He Kaiyong did not dare to attack Chen Xiang right now. He was worried that something like a Heaven Devil King would appear if too many things were to be destroyed. Old guys, it's better for you to take a break. If we're competing in strength, you can defeat me with a single slap. But in terms of speed, you guys can't compare to 10 Heaven's Supreme Lord's shrinking step, haha. As Chen Xiang flew away, he encouraged the elders behind him. If this goes on, all of your old bones will break apart. By the way, great elder, how did you feel when you smashed your disciple's head? Isn't that great? It was not the first time that Chen Xiang had poked his sore spot. Now, He Kaiyong could no longer endure and roared. However, it was just a mad shout and nothing more. His chest was blocked. If he did not shout, he would definitely explode in anger. It was not difficult for Chen Xiang to get rid of the people chasing after him. It was just that he did not want them to return so easily. If possible, he wanted to kill all these fellows so that they would not grow stronger and threaten him in the future. 10 days had passed, and Chen Xiang had not stopped even once as he stepped on the shrinking step. The people following behind were the same as well. They had chased for so many days and Chen Xiang was right in front of them, so how could they give up? Of course, they had suspected that Chen Xiang was deliberately playing with them, but they felt that this was Chen Xiang's fastest speed, otherwise they would have left them in the dust long ago. They had experienced the hards, HI+PS that they had endured during these 10 days, and they believed that for a young man like Chen Xiang, escaping from such a place would take a lot of energy, so they continued to chase him down. If they knew that Chen Xiang had cultivated to the large success stage of immortal devil body and had countless of medicinal pellets on him, they would have returned a long time ago without even looking back. The other was to bring this group of old bones to tour around the beautiful scenery of the Heaven Thunder Purgatory. He wanted to see why the White Tiger told Duan Sanchong and the others not to come in. He wanted to know what secrets the Heaven Thunder Purgatory was hiding, and also wanted to find Duan Sanchong's grandfather. Chen Xiang brought this group of people and ran for 13 days. Just at the evening of that day, he suddenly felt that something was amiss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. Chen Xiang was shocked. So there weren't 10 old fellows? Why is there one now? I didn't notice it either. When did this guy come out? He seems to be right behind those old fellows. Long Shui also felt that this was unbelievable. Why does this slovenly old fellow look so similar to Duan Sanchong? Don't tell me it's his grandfather. Chen Xiang was stunned for a moment. The people of the Duan clan were truly eccentric. Duan Sanchong's grandfather was actually laughing as he followed closely behind them, just like a naughty old man who wanted to join in on the fun. Pride Pill G, OD 968 Pride Pill G, OD. Duan Sanchong's grandfather was once the patriarch of the Duan clan. Although there were only a dozen or so people in the Duan clan, for him to be able to become the patriarch, his strength must be extraordinary. Furthermore, Duan Sanchong once said that his grandfather was a tomb-robbing genius. Duan Sanchong's grandfather was once the patriarch of the Duan clan. Although there were only a dozen or so people in the Duan clan, for him to be able to become the patriarch, his strength must be extraordinary. Furthermore, Duan Sanchong once said that his grandfather was a tomb-robbing genius. The people of Peach Blossom Imperial Land also discovered that there was one more person in their team. This smiling dirty old man was like a ghost, suddenly appearing and following them for a period of time, causing them to tremble in fear. Who are you? He did not slow down at all. As long as they were slightly slower, Chen Xiang would be able to escape. I am Duan Chong, who are you? The old man chuckled. You guys are faster. You live much longer than that kid. Why are you running so slow? Duan Sanchong had mentioned his grandfather's name before, and it was precisely Duan Chong. This slovenly old man was truly Duan Sanchong's grandfather. Don't worry about it, you'd better stay away from us. Although he knew that Duan Chong's strength was not weak, he was not afraid. If not for the fact that he was chasing and killing Chen Xiang right now, he would have stopped to take care of him. Duan Chong's old face revealed a trace of anger. I already told you my name is Duan Chong, why didn't you tell me? You cheated. Scram to the side. If you keep bothering us, don't blame us for being impolite. He Kaiyong shouted in anger. Chen Xiang's voice came from the front. This is the Duan clan's patriarch. You guys don't want the Peach Blossom Imperial Land's tombs to be dug up, you'd better be a bit more polite towards him. There were very few members of the Duan clan, moreover, their movements were usually secretive. Others only knew their surname, so they rarely knew their name. The ancient powers would usually call them tomb robbers. At this moment, He Kaiyong did not doubt in the slightest what Chen Xiang had said. The strange old man in front of him was indeed very similar to the Duan clan's patriarch who had disappeared for many years. He also knew that the Duan clan had extremely powerful concealment abilities, so they could quietly come to their side. All of you are really boring. To think that the little guy in front of me is more interesting. I'm not playing with you all anymore. As Duan Chong spoke, he disappeared in a flash. In just an instant, he had arrived beside Chen Xiang. This startled Chen Xiang so much that he almost shouted loudly. Even though he was not using his full power with his shrinking step, his speed was definitely not slow. This Duan Chong actually arrived beside him in just an instant. This old fellow, how did he do it? Chen Xiang asked Long Shui. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a secret spatial technique, because I don't sense any fluctuations in S, P, A, C. Long Shui thought about it bitterly, because she felt that Duan Chong's method was somewhat familiar. Right, it's shadow step. This is a very ancient secret technique. It's said that as long as your shadow is moving, he will be able to follow you and not let you know. Duan Chong grinned and laughed. Kid, how did you recognize me? Not many people know my name. Chen Xiang said honestly. Your darling grandson told me. When I came in, he asked me to come and find you. This brat is really considerate. When you go back, tell them that I have something important to take care of here, so they don't need to worry about me. Right, why are these guys chasing you? Duan Chong actually didn't suspect Chen Xiang's words. Not only did they come to kill me time and time again, they even wanted to rob me. I was forced to kill some of them. I was outnumbered, so I had no choice but to escape. Chen Xiang sighed. Duan Chong nodded. You are currently using the shrinking step, right? Only the people of the ground killing are able to grasp this kind of footwork. It seems like it is normal for you all to have mastered the initial stage of the ground killing and to be chased down by them. Chen Xiang's eyes lit up. Duan Chong knew a lot of things. Many people knew about the heaven-earth killing method, but they did not know that it was divided into many different levels. Senior, can you help me? Kill them all. Who knew that Duan Chong would say it very casually? No problem, but after they die, Peach Blossom Imperial Land will definitely know that it was you who did it. Aren't you afraid of offending Peach Blossom Imperial Land? What's wrong with that? Phone Clan, Flying Immortal School, Purple Moon Imperial Land, and White Sea Imperial Land have all fought against me, so I am not afraid of having another Peach Blossom Imperial Land. Chen Xiang looked indifferent. He really wasn't afraid. Oh my God, as expected of someone who obtained the inheritance of the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, you have guts. Alright, I'll help you deal with these guys, but I'm only responsible for catching them. When you kill them, you'll have to do it yourself. Duan Chong spoke very easily. Looking at his expression, it was as if he was trying to catch someone at the back. Thank you, Senior. Chen Xiang laughed. This way he would not have to do it himself. He Kai-yong and the others who were chasing from behind had faces full of anger, because the old and young ones in front of them actually looked down on them. This angered them greatly. They were trying their best to escape, but they were still unable to catch up. He Kai-yong kept staring at the two in front of him, and suddenly Duan Chong disappeared. Be careful! He Kai-yong was extremely vigilant. Upon discovering that Duan Chong was not seeing him, he immediately tensed up and was ready to take action. Chen Xiang released his God power and observed the situation. He wanted to see how Duan Chong dealt with He Kai-yong and the others. I know you're re-elected leader. We even drank alcohol at that time. It's just that I never thought that the people of the Peach Blossom Imperial Land would not fall to such a degree. They're actually just like those traitors, a group of robbers. Duan Chong had a strange smile on his face, making people tremble with fear. The previous leader had ascended a long time ago. He was a character, and after living for many years, Duan Chong had actually recognized him, which meant that Duan Chong was a person of that era. If our old leader is here, he would definitely support us. That kid has a green dragon demon-slain broadsword after all. He Kai-yong was a little afraid. Regarding the Duan clan, many of the ancient powers only knew that their people were withered and their tombs were stolen all year round. They were cursed, so they did not know much else. That makes it even harder to fight for it. Don't you know the origin of that blade? Guochong did not immediately take action, but followed beside He Kai-yong. Nonsense, we don't know how to S-N-A-T-C-H it? He Kai-yong said. Back then, he consecutively received respect from Great Yen Jing for this blade, and it took him a lot of effort to subdue this divine blade. It can also be said that this blade took the initiative to recognize its master, and was blood-related to the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. Later, the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord paid a heavy price to not let this blade disappear with him, and had to cut off all contact with the divine blade. The divine blade was also affected. The soul of the blade was destroyed, but its spirit was still around. Guochong paused for a moment before continuing, which is to say, this blade is already linked to that brat's life, unless that brat is the same as 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, but with his current strength, he is unable to do so. This delay blade cannot be given to anyone else, so no one can take it away, it's futile. This guy is even more sinister than 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. I don't believe it. Although He Kai-yong said that, he believed half of it. Chen Xiang now knew how the green dragon demon-slain broadsword broke away from the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, but he was very curious. The 4 symbols divine weapons was above the Chen martial continent, so this was obviously not a coincidence. Chen Xiang now knew how the green dragon demon-slain broadsword broke away from the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, but he was very curious. The 4 symbols divine weapons was above the Chen martial continent, so this was obviously not a coincidence. Senior, stop bragging with him. Hurry up and make your move. Chen Xiang urged. He was anxious to ask Duan Chong some things. 138000100. I have to brew. Duan Chong continued to speak to He Kai-yong. I know you may not believe me, but what I said was the truth. You guys and those who tried to steal my blade all wasted your efforts, especially those who died because of me. You truly deserved death for nothing. He killed 2 of my disciples and stole our celestial swords. I must catch him. He Tsayung's face was filled with anger as he thought about all of these things. If you want to kill them or steal their divine blades, then kill them. Now that he is the one who killed them and even stole a celestial sword, it means that they are a group of pigs. Duan Chong chuckled. You're courting death. He Kaiyong roared angrily. He pushed his palm towards Duan Chong, who was not far away from him, causing a gust of astral wind to blow, but Duan Chong had disappeared the moment he used his palm. What is this? For some reason, He Kaiyong and the other 9 elderly men felt their feet sink into the soil, as though they were standing on a swamp, and were slowly sinking. Furthermore, no matter how much strength they used, they were unable to break free, so the moment they released their powers, the energy would immediately be absorbed, and their bodies would descend even faster. In the blink of an eye, they had sunk down to their knees, where Chen Xiang had also stopped. From his current position, they could feel that this area was shrouded by a very strange and powerful force, causing them to sink down. Duan Chong came to Chen Xiang's side and laughed. Do these idiots really think I'm easy to bully? Pit of Hell. Didn't your Duan clan lose its legacy long ago? Hurry and leave, otherwise my Peach Blossom Imperial Land will definitely exterminate your Duan clan. He Kaiyong shouted in shock. Bullsh *T. You should beg for mercy at this time. That way, you might be able to die a bit more comfortably. Chen Xiang walked over, picked up a rock, and ruthlessly smashed it onto He Tsayung's head. Little bastard, I'll skin you alive. He Kaiyong was smashed into pieces and he roared at Chen Xiang. You've been in closed-door training for too long, right? Don't you know that if someone falls into my hands, I won't let them have any chance to take revenge? Chen Xiang took out another rather large stone and threw it at He Tsayung's forehead. The rock was extremely fast, and Chen Xiang had even injected a bit of dragon power into it. It flew over like an arrow, and upon colliding with He Tsayung's head, it shattered into pieces, and He Tsayung's forehead had also become red and swollen. Now they could be sure that they had all lost the ability to retaliate. This pit of Hell. I was truly powerful. Chen Xiang himself did not know what would happen if he were to be trapped inside this thing. Kid, you can do whatever you want. These guys are not worth sympathizing with. It's better for you to die early if you act so arrogantly. Duan Chong laughed, and followed Chen Xiang's example. The stone smashed into the people who were half buried in the ground. It smashed happily, like a naughty child. He Kaiyong was furious, but no matter what he did, he could not unleash his powers, so only now did he begin to panic. Chen Xiang took out his green dragon demon-slain broadsword, his face as gloomy as water, and walked towards He Kaiyong. He stood beside the purgatory world, and just as he raised his divine blade, a purple light suddenly shot out from the distance, illuminating the dark sky. Purple moon, quickly save us. There must be a heavy debt of gratitude. He Kaiyong saw the purple light and immediately shouted excitedly. Save your sister. Chen Xiang shouted coldly. His divine blade slashed down quickly, an invisible force shot out from the blade edge, sweeping across. The 10 elders who were stuck on the ground were cut apart like bamboo, from their waists blood flowed out, but they did not die. Stop! The purple moon rushed over and a huge purple-colored palm smashed down from the sky. The huge palm brought with it a strong pressure, and the moment it appeared, a deep imprint formed on the ground. Chen Xiang was so shocked that blood flowed out of the corner of his mouth. As expected of the leader of the traitors, he actually bullied a little imp with such a high cultivation base. Duan Chong suddenly appeared by Chen Xiang's side, and threw a punch at the purple-colored huge palm that was pressing down. That skinny old fist, which seemed ordinary and did not have the slightest fluctuation in its power, actually possessed extremely terrifying strength, and it could even break apart the purple-colored huge palm as if it was capable of breaking the heavens. The purple-colored innate chi madly surged and transformed into a purple-colored astral wind. It rose high into the sky and formed a purple-colored light curtain, which was indeed very enchanting. "Duan Chong, you're actually not dead yet," the purple moon cried out, and then slowly descended, while Chen Xiang also struck his palm towards the 10 old men from the Peach Blossom Imperial Land who had their waists broken, releasing a dragon power that formed a gigantic palm, like slapping bean curd, making it look extremely tragic. Seeing Chen Xiang insisting on killing those 10 people in front of him made him feel extremely unhappy, as he had already planned to protect those 10 people. After all, they had just said that there would be a heavy debt of grat. 1 Tude and He Kaiyong was a great clan elder. Others can't cure it, but I can. The purple glow on the purple moon's body dissipated, revealing a handsome face that looked like it was crowned jade. A pair of eyes that were as deep as the stars shone with waves of killing intent. "I want to capture you." Beneath the purple moon was a purple sea of fire. The flames in the sea of fire turned into purple fire beasts that roared, causing the earth to tremble as they rushed towards Chen Xiang. The 10,000 beasts galloped about, their auras were astonies. Hi+ing, causing one's heart to tremble. This purple moon's technique was very similar to the heaven-earth killing method. The purple moon beast's killing technique was something a traitor would betray the emperor for the sake of obtaining it. I don't think it's that great. Duan Chong lifted Chen Xiang and fiercely swung down. He actually wanted to block the attacks of the 10,000 beasts by himself. The 10,000 strange beasts formed from purple flames madly rushed over. Each of them was carrying an extremely violent force as they charged forward, like a violent and surging tide. Duan Chong clenched his teeth, and from his stomach, a loud sound came out. His 2 swords sunk into the ground, straight to his knees. The wave of purple flames suddenly stopped, and slowly sunk down. This was Duan Chong's purgatory vermilion bird. Even those flying in the sky would be sucked down and sink into the ground. In just a few seconds, this huge group of purple fire beasts would sink into the ground. The purple moon floated in the air, both of its eyes emitting a purple light of killing intent. Looking carefully, one could also see that it was slowly descending. 138000100. The purple moon floated in the air, both of its eyes emitting a purple light of killing intent. Looking carefully, one could also see that it was slowly descending. 138000100. Duan Chong, looks like you survived a great calamity. To think that you actually learned the purgatory vermilion bird. But that's fine too. Today I will capture you together with that brat. 2BALLS of purple light appeared under the purple moon's feet. It looked like he was stepping on 2 purple BALLS. Break. The purple moon did not continue to resist the suction force from the purgatory vermilion bird and fiercely descended. The 2 purple light BALLS beneath its feet fiercely smashed into the ground, causing the ground to shake violently as the area where it had just engulfed the purple flame beast had suddenly cracked open. Waves of purple light leaked out from the ground, as if a large amount of purple lava was Hi+ing out from the ground. The ground 3,000 meters around the purple moon cracked open, purple light shot out from the cracks one after another, followed by the simultaneous cries of 10,000 beasts coming from the ground. All of the cracks in the ground were shattered by the sound of the roars, and many vicious purple flame beasts came out from the ground, Hi+ing forward in a domineering manner. Chen Xiang watched in shock. The strength of this purple moon was simply too strong. He had seen Feng Clan S, Flying Immortal School S felt that this purple moon was even stronger than Zhao Yiprofound, and should be on the same level as the Demon Empress. The purple moon looked very young, and must be someone whose cultivation had increased by leaps and bounds, but why would he appear here? This kind of person should have flown up a long time ago. Moreover, He was very familiar with Duan Chong. I don't only have control over the purgatory vermilion bird. Duan Chong's face was now extremely serious. Seeing his serious look, Chen Xiang immediately made mental preparations, and this sloppy old man became serious. He should be very powerful. Purgatory evil dragon, appear. Green veins popped out from Duan Chong's face. His eyes staring straight ahead, the withered old man's body suddenly swelled up. He looked extremely intrepid. The bulging of his body caused his clothes to burst, revealing his muscles. The ground behind him started to crack. Lines of red-eyed two-headed dragons roared out from the cracks, their mouths spitting out black evil chi. In the blink of an eye, over 1,000 gigantic dragons with bodies as large as mountains appeared behind Duan Chong. Their thick bodies were filled with deep black scales that shot out evil energy in all directions. Hurry up and leave, this level of battle will affect you, Su Meiyao shouted. This old fellow is really amazing. Chen Xiang exclaimed. He turned and ran, and at the same time, the 1,000 evil dragons flew towards the 10,000 purple flame beasts. In that moment when both sides clashed, it made people feel like the entire heaven thunder purgatory was being destroyed. Chen Xiang quickly left the battlefield. Although he could not see what was happening behind him, he could still hear terrifying sounds and vibrations from that place. He knew that the fierce battle had only just begun. It should be the modifications made by the beast-slain method. Chen Xiang guessed, although he did not have the beast-slain method, it was very similar to the description inside the ground killing. Beast-slain method is relatively easy to learn, moreover, it is what 10 Heaven's Supreme Lord is most proficient in. He is a lion in the first place. Back then, the ancestors of the ancient powers were all followers of the 10 Heaven's Supreme Lord, so the 10 Heaven's Supreme Lord must have taught them many improved and easy-to-learn heaven-earth killing methods. Long Shui said, I feel that some of the techniques in our Imperial Dragon race have the shadow of the heaven-earth killing method. Now that Chen Xiang caused such a commotion, and he did not expect that Purple Moon Imperial Land's leader would actually be such a strong person, he did not dare find Gu Dongchen and the others right now, in case there was an ambush. Chen Xiang felt that this was the name given to this place a long time ago. Duan Sanchang's grandfather, Duan Chong, had been here for a long time and had learned 2 powerful skills, the Purgatory Vermilion Bird and the Purgatory Evil Dragon. The White Tiger had also said that this was a trap set up for the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord by a mysterious and powerful force back then. Chen Xiang wandered around here for 3 days. Other than running into a few fierce beasts, he did not discover anything else. The sky had just begun to brighten when Chen Xiang slept on top of a tree. When he jumped down, he saw Duan Chong smiling at him. Chen Xiang was shocked. He regained his senses and asked, Senior, are you done fighting? Duan Chong had already changed into a clean set of black clothes. He played with his messy white hair and sighed. We were evenly matched, but I still had the chance to win. Who would have thought that a fellow who claims to be from the Ghost Sage would suddenly appear with a large group of people who are neither human nor ghost, killing everyone here. The one leading the group is very strong, so we can only end it for now and go deal with those things. Ghost Sage? There was another Heaven Devil King from before. How many strange and powerful fellows were there in this Heaven Thunder Purgatory? Senior, you have been here for so long. Do you not know the background of that Ghost Sage? Chen Xiang asked. I don't know, but I know about the sky demons. However, that fellow seemed to have been annihilated. His army of sky demons is currently in a mess, and there were even a few sky demons that appeared to fight to be the ruler, and then a few Heaven Devil King-s appeared. Duan Chong said with a helpless expression on his face. This group of sky demons is not much of a threat, but the Ghost Sage that just appeared is quite impressive. If this Heaven Thunder Purgatory can be used by outsiders to easily enter, then there must be something fishy. Then they won't come after us, right? Chen Xiang was a little worried about that fellow called Ghost Sage. What are you afraid of? Even if you come, I can give you some time to run away. Duan Chong patted Qin Xiang's shoulder and laughed. You can obtain the entire ground killing, your future will be limitless. The purgatory killing technique was only modified from the ground killing, while the purple moon's purple moon beast killing technique was modified from the beast slain method. Chen Xiang nodded. He had guessed it right before. Senior, why would a green dragon demon-slain broadsword appear in the Chen martial continent? Chen Xiang asked. This was the answer he always wanted to know. I'm not too sure either. I only know that Ten Heaven's Supreme Lord had his two good friends hide the green dragon demon-slain broadsword back then. Duan Chong shook his head. Qin Xiang thought for a while, then asked, Who are Ten Heaven's Supreme Lord's two friends? Duan Chong recalled the historical fragments he had obtained, a dragon and a flame lion. As expected, took a deep breath. A lion is that super old fire beast. The super old fire beast said before that he was sealed up by a dragon that was related to the imperial dragon race. Chen Xiang remembered that to enter the core of the earth from the Yuming deep abyss, he had to use a green dragon demon-slain broadsword. The reason he had obtained the green dragon demon-slain broadsword and the profound wood diamond armor was all because of the four-phase magic kung fu, and the four-phase magic kung fu came from the Taiji dragon-suppressed kung fu, which was also said down from the imperial dragon race. It was not hard to guess that the people who had established the profound realm and the path to the core of the earth should be the super old fire beast and that dragon. The number of people inside the Heaven Thunder Purgatory grew larger and larger. The news that Chen Xiang had asked him to release had already spread throughout the entire human realm, and it was hard for those large powers to hide it even if they wanted to. Moreover, they were quite safe when they came in, and would only be struck by lightning if they were unlucky. http://no bulletproof windows/ The number of people inside the Heaven Thunder Purgatory grew larger and larger. The news that Chen Xiang had asked him to release had already spread throughout the entire human realm, and it was hard for those large powers to hide it even if they wanted to. Moreover, they were quite safe when they came in, and would only be struck by lightning if they were unlucky. http://no bulletproof windows/ This way, the big powers would find it difficult to enslave the rogue cultivators to do their work for them, and because Chen Xiang had saved a group of them, the evil deeds of the ancient powers would be known to everyone, and once those people left the Heaven Thunder Purgatory, the reputation of the ancient powers would spread far and wide. Although rogue cultivators didn't have any power, they were the largest group. Now that the ancient powers were bullying them like this, they would definitely join forces. If they let those rogue cultivators with the surname of Blood find out, they might be oppressed. Chen Xiang and Duan Chong were currently at the gathering place for itinerant cultivators, and wanted to find out some news about the Purple Moon Imperial Land. It made him a little unhappy to have such a powerful leader. He wanted to secretly cut the Purple Moon Imperial Land down and cause heavy losses for it. The rogue cultivators rushed into Heaven Thunder Purgatory like the tide, because there were many sparite vein here. With luck, they could hunt pretty good demon beasts or obtain some genius treasures. It could be said that this place was filled with treasures. Some business-savvy people even organized a group of people to take the materials and quickly build a city here, a house. Chen Xiang and Duan Chong were in a semi-finished city. Although the entire city was only normally completed, there were a lot of people already. There were already a lot of people gathered inside the Heaven Thunder City. After the Heaven Thunder City's ban was lifted, many people gathered around. Elder Duan, what exactly do you have to do here? Chen Xiang used a pill to exchange for a small house. The Heaven Thunder Purgatory would not close soon, so he had to stay here for a while. Right now, he and Duan Chong were in the small house. In the small courtyard, Duan Chong frowned and sighed. To tell you the truth, I can't leave for the time being. There's a very mysterious power in this D.A.M.N. place that has trapped me here. I can't leave through that tunnel. and every once in a while I get attacked by a power that is similar to Nirvana Doom. Oh! Chen Xiang did not expect what the White Tiger said to be true. No wonder he did not allow Yen Yenran and the others to come. He guessed that some kind of power here could sense the bloodlines and make a judgment from them, trapping these people. Duan Chong laughed and said with complete optimism, "But nothing will happen to me. My Duan clan can be said to be the best in the world to flee for our lives, and the reason why my strength has increased by leaps and bounds over the years is all thanks to those ridiculous attacks." Qin Xiang said, "This place has special powers to deal with the descendants of the loyal subjects in the 10 Heavens, Supreme Lord. Fortunately, I did not let the intestines enter. That brat had already found the clue you left behind, and almost came here." Duan Chong anxiously said, "Don't ever let my Duan clan's men in. We were already cursed, and coming in here will only make things worse. But this guy is not bad. He actually managed to dig the grave of the Flying Immortal School." Chen Xiang didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "You're hurting him. He's the one who did this. He's being kicked out of the Duan clan right now, or else the Duan clan will be in trouble." "What's wrong with that? I've also experienced this kind of thing back then, and being kicked out is a good thing. In the future, this kid can't blame the Duan clan for anything. If he has the ability to dig the grave of the Flying Immortal School, then he has the ability to dig the grave of the ancestor of other traitors." Duan Sanchong was already an elder of the Dragon Subduing School, and the people inside the Dragon Subduing School were people who could cause great trouble. If others were to find out that they had gathered together, there would definitely be many old fellows who would find it difficult to sleep. "Elder Duan, do you think that it's possible for the celestial slaying method to be hidden here?" Chen Xiang asked. Duan Chong had been in here for so long, he must know something about this place. Duan Chong was startled. He did not expect Chen Xiang to ask that, because this was also the reason he came here before. He was not afraid that the celestial slaying method could be obtained by Chen Xiang, as it all depended on luck to obtain the celestial slaying method. He felt that Chen Xiang himself possessed the ground-killing and the green dragon demon-slaying broadsword. It was very possible that he could find the celestial slaying method in here. "I came here to look for this thing. I also got some clues from the tomb of the Flying Immortal School's old ancestor. When that old fellow died, he brought a book with him, which recorded down some trivial things." Duan Chong lowered her voice and continued, "At that time, 10 Heavens Supreme Lord brought many people in, and they were almost completely annihilated, causing 10 Heavens Supreme Lord to retreat after being heavily injured. I'm not too sure about the specifics, but after being heavily injured, 10 Heavens Supreme Lord returned 3 years later. Could it be that he came here to hide the celestial slaying method? Why is that? This is his place, and could be said to be the enemy's territory. It's very unlikely that he would come here to store such an important thing." Chen Xiang shook his head. Duan Chong nodded his head. "That was what I had thought initially, but that old fellow from Flying Immortal School had recorded that 10 Heavens Supreme Lord had entered here to set up an ambush, using the celestial slaying method to attract people, and had let many traitors come to look for him. This caused a bloodbath once again, and many big fellows from the traitor powers died here." "Oh right, where did you get your ground killing from?" Chen Xiang grinned. "I won it." "You won it?" Duan Chong's face was full of doubt. Chen Xiang briefly described the matter of the bet. "This idiot actually dares to use such a thing to gamble. But even if he wants to come, it's useless. Those without courage will only be courting death if they learn this thing." Duan Chong looked at Chen Xiang and asked, "Have you been to the 10 Heavenly Sacred Mountain? Did you find anything in there?" Chen Xiang replied, "Found the God slaying method and the heavenly alchemy." Duan Chong took a deep breath. "These are all good stuff. Don't let anyone know that you have heavenly alchemy, and it's best if you don't use it for others to see. This is a taboo, you should be clear about that." Chen Xiang was stunned. After thinking about it carefully, this was indeed a taboo. it could refine all things into pills. If people were to be discovered refining them into pills, they would definitely be wanted by the three realms. This thing is more powerful than heaven-earth killing method, even though it's a divine art. There were several levels of divine arts as well, but for many people, the lowest level of divine arts was extremely precious. And the heavenly alchemy can be considered a higher-level divine art. The heaven-earth killing method is slightly lower. Duan Chong warned Chen Xiang with a serious face. So that's how it is. No wonder the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord said that he only learnt a few of them and did not learn them fully. Chen Xiang nodded heavily. Duan Chong knew many secrets about the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. He was the patriarch of the Duan clan, and he knew everything the Duan clan had gathered over the years. http://no bulletproof windows/ Duan Chong knew many secrets about the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. He was the patriarch of the Duan clan, and he knew everything the Duan clan had gathered over the years. http://no bulletproof windows/ Elder Duan, do you know where the Emperor's tomb is? The 10 heavenly holy mountains are not. Chen Xiang really wanted to go and observe the 10 heavenly saint mountain. It was shocking, but it was just a deceptive thing, and for all these years there were many people who had been trapped inside. I don't know either, but according to the ancient books of my Duan clan, when the time comes, he'll appear in the world, and he should be hiding in an extremely powerful profound realm. I feel that Di Tian should at least recover his position back then and be above the 9 heavens and 10 great earth. Duan Chong was only guessing, but Chen Xiang felt that it was very possible. Do you really need heaven-earth killing method to enter the Emperor's tomb? This was a saying that had been said down from many ancient powers. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a large group of people coming to the Pill City to capture him. That's right, we do not know the details, but we need to gather all the heaven-earth killing method. It is said that if we want to pass through the main gate of the Emperor's tomb unscathed, we need to grasp the heaven-earth killing method. Chen Xiang sighed lightly. Right now, I only have the ground killing and the G.O.D. slain method, and I don't have much control over them. If only the celestial slain method was here. I've been here for so long, but I don't have any idea what's going on. If there's any news, I'll come to this house and leave some news. Duan Chong said. Duan Chong would not stay in the same place for too long. He warned Chen Xiang. You must not find the Purple Moon Imperial Land. This guy came back from the Heaven Realm. He seems to think that there's a celestial slain method here as well. How many people know that the heaven-earth killing method has been split? Not many. There might only be 5 of them, but they won't spread word of this. Otherwise, others will fight over them. Right now, that Purple Moon is not the strongest out of all of the Purple Moon Imperial Land. I dare say that he did not say anything, or else there would be more of them. Duan Chong warned Chen Xiang about the things he needed to pay attention to, and then he left the city. He felt that the change in the Heaven Thunder Purgatory was likely due to the influence of some power, and he would continue to explore the secrets of this place. Not long after Duan Chong left, they heard a loud shout. The people of Purple Moon Imperial Land are entering the city. Quickly gather up and surround them. Let them see how many of us loose cultivators will die no matter how many they come. Right now, even if the Purple Moon Imperial Land were to pacify those people, it would be difficult for them to quell the anger of the loose cultivators. These loose cultivators all agreed that if they did not teach the Purple Moon Imperial Land a lesson now, perhaps there would be a day when the Purple Moon Imperial Land would do such a thing and bully the loose cultivators again, and they would be one of the ones bullied. Chen Xiang obviously wanted to see who the hero of Purple Moon Imperial Land was, to actually dare to come here at this time. Chen Xiang floated in the air, and looked down at the small clearing that was surrounded by tens of thousands of people. There were many people in the air right now, and all of them had their innate qi in their hands, so as long as the few Purple Moon Imperial Land people below flew up, they would attack. The people of Purple Moon Imperial Land were 3 young men and 2 old men. They wore the clothes of the Purple Moon Imperial Land, and it was very eye-catching to see a bright moon hanging from their purple robes, and it was difficult to not recognize them. These fellows came here with such high profile, they must have done it on purpose. Otherwise, they wouldn't be so stupid. A large man said. Do they think we're just talking? An old man laughed coldly. A strong bearded middle-aged man floated in the air and shouted to the people below. You little rascal from Purple Moon Imperial Land, cut off your own arms and leave. Otherwise, we will chop you all into pieces and hang your corpses at the city gates as sacrifices for your brothers and sisters who were killed by you. These words caused the crowd to be excited. It was not only the Purple Moon Imperial Land, but many ancient powers too. All these ancient powers were the enemies of these rogue cultivators. They were also hated by many people. A motley crowd. Do you think you guys can kill us? Wishful thinking, arrogant brats, you probably don't know our strength. A young man looked at the people around him with disdain. The sword in his hand glimmered with a cold light as he unleashed his killing intent, making it so that no one dared to approach him. All of you get out of the way, or else we won't hold back. One of the old men's tone was cold and gloomy. It was obvious that he was not afraid of these people attacking him, and they even had the intention of attacking him. Everyone, get out of the way. Leave these fellows to us. They do not know how to repent, and yet they came here to provoke us. Today we cannot let them leave this place. An old man floating in the air said slowly. Just as the old man finished speaking, Chen Xiang dove down. A golden-red glow flickered on one of his arms, transforming into a gigantic dragon claw. The dragon power crashed into his arm, releasing a terrifying aura, causing the floor to shatter. It's Chen Xiang. An old man from the Purple Moon Imperial Land roared. He anxiously took out a large blade and slashed at Chen Xiang, who was Hi+ing down. With its gigantic dragon claw, the dragon aura surged, and its might overflowed into the heavens, reaching above the old man's head and enveloping him. The old man originally thought that with one slash, he would be able to slash through Chen Xiang's attack, but the moment the dragon claw came down, his treasured blade was instantly shattered. His withered old body was pressed onto the ground by the dragon claw. The dragon power struck his body, causing his muscles and bones to crack and his entire body to bleed profusely. Humph, I was originally tricked into this place by the Purple Moon Imperial Land, these dog-s. H+T ancient powers, they trapped us inside the Heaven Thunder City, and in order to leave, we did not hesitate to pay the spars to come here, but coming here, they forced us to become their slaves, and even took our storage magic treasure-s. Chen Xiang's words caused a burst of anger to rise in everyone's heart. You're slandering us. Seeing how strong Chen Xiang's appearance was, an elder of the Purple Moon Imperial Land, who had heavily injured them with a single strike, was no longer confident. What he said is true, we are the victims. If not for him, we might still be helping you dig out spar. That's right, he saved us. Your Purple Moon Imperial Land is the one spouting nonsense, you evil sects. Evil sect? Purple Moon Imperial Land is a evil sect. There's also Feng Clan, Flying Immortal School, Qian Xianshan. They are all evil sections. Annihilate the evil sects that are oppressing us. Everyone was filled with rage as they let out waves of furious roars. Young Hiroshin, use your green dragon demon-slain broadsword to kill them. Right, kill them all. Chen Xiang had indeed summoned his green dragon demon-slain broadsword, and when the divine blade appeared, its power was boundless, intimidating everyone present, causing them to stop talking. They all retreated closer to Chen Xiang, and could feel the boiling power inside the blade. Don't even think about killing us. The old man extended his hand out. He actually wanted to snatch the divine blade, but Chen Xiang did not let him succeed. Taking a step, he moved behind the old man like a ghost, and with one slash, chopped off his head. Little bastard, give me your life. He had been roaring all day long, but upon hearing this voice, Chen Xiang was startled. The person who had just arrived was actually leader. Previously, when Duan Chong had left, he had warned Chen Xiang not to provoke this purple moon. Previously, when Duan Chong had left, he had warned Chen Xiang not to provoke this purple moon. After Chen Xiang heavily injured and killed the old man from Purple Moon Imperial Land, it was obviously not a coincidence that the purple moon suddenly appeared. Everyone suddenly understood that the Purple Moon Imperial Land had intentionally sent people here. If any of them dared to retaliate, the powerful leader would appear and kill them, and with the strength of the purple moon, even the strongest of the rogue cultivators would not be able to fight against it. The purple moon actually wanted to use such a strong and bloody method to quell the situation. Everyone shuddered when they thought about it. The purple moon was very strong. With a raise of its hand it could exterminate the entire city, it could kill all the rogue cultivators, and at that time there would be no one who could suppress it. http://no bulletproof windows. The purple moon was shrouded in a layer of faint purple mist. Others could see his face, but Chen Xiang knew that he was a delicate and pretty man. Chen Xiang's forehead was dripping with sweat. This purple moon was not simple, but he was still able to remain calm, which made the purple moon admire him. Leader, quickly kill him and take away his divine blade. A disciple of the Purple Moon sect pointed at Chen Xiang and said with a sinister look in his eyes. Humph! Chen Xiang glared at the disciple of the Ziyu sect who spoke just now. Two beams of fiery light shot out from his eyes, piercing through the man's head. Chen Xiang's attack made him feel that it was very familiar. He felt that it was similar to the heart-piercing demon eye of the heavenly demon realm, but that was not the case. If it was a heart-piercing demon eye, then it would be even more terrifying. But even if it wasn't, he was still unable to stop Chen Xiang because that happened in an instant. You! The purple moon was enraged that there was actually someone who killed its disciple in front of him. This was undoubtedly a fierce slap on its face. Everyone gulped their saliva. Everyone knew that the purple moon-s that descended from the heaven realm were different from the immortals who had just said through the nirvana doom. They were all extremely powerful, comparable to the demon empress. Chen Xiang was simply not his match, yet Chen Xiang still dared to do such a bold thing to enrage him. The purple moon's fists trembled, purple chi surged, the previously cloudless sky was suddenly enveloped by the black clouds, and a purple moon floated above the purple moon's head, releasing a gloomy and terrifying killing intent. The purple moonlight shone down onto the city, and made the city seem as though it was enveloped in the light of death, causing the entire city to slightly tremble, and everyone present could hear the bone-chilling beasts roar. Chen Xiang's forehead was drenched in cold sweat. Using this technique, the purple moon could create many fierce and huge beasts. If they attacked this city, most of the people here would die. Are you going to destroy this city? An old man roared in the air. That's right, you are just a bunch of lowly insect ants. You actually want to resist us? You still dare to slander us as evil sects. Today I will South Saker this place, and if anyone dares to call us Purple Moon Imperial Land anymore, I will annihilate them. The purple moon's words made everyone extremely angry, and they all fled. Dark clouds covered the sky densely, and purple lightning flickered. The round purple moon seemed to have a layer of blood energy, making it appear extremely terrifying. It shook the entire city to the point that it was surrounded by mountainous vicious beasts. I want to see all of you die slowly, ha. The sinister laughter of the purple moon caused everyone to feel cold. No one was its opponent, and he did not attack Chen Xiang either, standing right in front of him. Don't you have a green dragon demon-slain broadsword? I am an evil monster now, come and kill me. The purple moon's voice was filled with ridicule. I will make you watch me kill these people bit by bit, and I will make them die miserably, but you won't be able to save them. You possess the green dragon demon-slain broadsword, but you cannot use this blade to kill demons. I will let the whole world know that you do not deserve to use this blade." The muscles on Chen Xiang's face twitched, but his eyes remained calm as he looked at the purple moon. The gigantic beasts had already approached the group of people, and everyone was blocked by a purple light screen. High in the sky, Gu Dongchen roared furiously as she frantically attacked the purple light barrier. "Purple Moon Imperial Land, if you do this today, you will know how serious the consequences will be. Demon Empress, is there really no other way?" Yao Shumi saw the Demon Empress' helpless face and asked anxiously. "This enchantment is called the Blood Sacrifice Barrier. This fellow had paid a great price to release it. Unless it was the bloodlight, I wouldn't be able to break through it in a short period of time." The Demon Empress was also secretly trying to attack. When Gu Dongchen and the rest received the news, they immediately rushed over, but they were still a step too late. "Purple Moon, if you kill the people inside, your Purple Moon Imperial Land won't be able to live for long," the Demon Empress said. Other than you, who else in D Tian can contend against me? Even if it's you, Demon Empress, you aren't completely confident in being able to kill me, right? What am I afraid of?" Then, he continued to look at Chen Xiang as he smiled sinisterly. "Chen Xiang, now you know that you aren't worthy of using Green Dragon Demon-slain broadsword, right? Hand over the divine blade and I will let these people live, otherwise I will let them die with you." Chen Xiang took a deep breath, then said calmly, "You're really ruthless. If the Green Dragon Demon-slain broadsword fell into the hands of this Purple Moon, then their demon-charming association would be in trouble. With the Purple Moon's personality, it would definitely not be so easy to deal with. This is tens of thousands of lives. Didn't you save some of them before? Now, are you unwilling to save them for the sake of a blade?" The Purple Moon laughed wildly. At this moment, everyone knew that Chen Xiang had been forced into an extremely difficult situation. Everyone was thinking, what choice would they make if they were to face such a situation? What made everyone admire the most was that Chen Xiang remained calm and scary, but that was only showing a slightly angry expression on his face. The group of vicious beasts suddenly roared together. The deafening roars of 10,000 beasts made everyone tremble. They were about to kill these purple flame vicious beasts. "There will definitely be people dying here today, but the ones who died were you and those little bastards behind you." Suddenly, a order badge appeared in Chen Xiang's hand. The order badge was engraved with many ancient spirit graina. It really was the Chaos Fire. When the Chaos Fire recognizes the Master, it will release the protective divine light. Those who are hit by the divine light will not be able to move for a short period of time. Chen Xiang previously used 2. He still has 5 he did not use. He used them to save them for when he was surrounded by many experts in the heaven realm. In his opinion, using a piece of chaos fire to kill only one expert was not worth it. Let's see what you can do. The Purple Moon did not think so. Chen Xiang frowned. He suddenly spat out a mouthful of blood on the order badge. Everyone was startled. They suspected that Chen Xiang was trying to commit suicide or self-destruct. But just as everyone was making all sorts of guesses, the chaos fire emitted a burst of silvery white light, and the people who were enveloped by the light were instantly all like stone statues, unable to move. "I've said it before, there's only you and that little bastard behind you here." Chen Xiang's voice was cold. The slaughtered God's hand overflowed with white light, causing his palm to turn into a sharp tiger claw, then fiercely stabbed into the Purple Moon Imperial Land's Dantian, grabbing the purple heavenly pill from inside. The silver-white light emitted by the chaos fire dispersed, and the Purple Moon sat on the ground. A new blood hole appeared on its abdomen, and blood was flowing out of it. The originally white and tender him immediately turned into an old man, his old eyes filled with shock and fear. The heaven and earth returned to normal, but the heaven pellet in Chen Xiang's hands was especially glaring. The world became extremely quiet. Everyone found it unbelievable. Chen Xiang actually took out the purple moon's heaven pellet, under the blazing sun. Everyone's hi plus vered, and now Chen Xiang was even more terrifying in their eyes than the purple moon. The purple moon covered the bloody hole on its abdomen with its hands, but could not stop the blood from flowing out. Without a heaven core, he was also heavily injured, so anyone could kill him. The purple moon covered the bloody hole on its abdomen with its hands, but could not stop the blood from flowing out. Without a heaven core, he was also heavily injured, so anyone could kill him. What just happened? What's with that light? Did the purple moon lose just like that? Of course it's his heavenly core. It's said that after crossing through Nirvana doom, he condensed his own energy into this kind of heavenly core, and once it's taken away, his cultivation would disappear, not to mention he would be taken out by such a barbaric method. I think he would be in pain at that moment. Chen Xiang laughed coldly and kept the heavenly core. That was a good thing, although it was forbidden. He did not fear that people would come and make things difficult for him. Purple Moon was originally a handsome and suave youth, but at this moment, he had turned into a skinny old man. He lost all signs of life, as if he could burp at any time. His old body suddenly trembled, and his face was filled with anger. With much difficulty, he raised an arm, pointed at Chen Xiang, and said with a trembling voice, "Idiot bastard, return my heaven pill. If you do this, the purple moon imperial land of the 9 heavens and 10 earth will not let you off. Quick, give it back to me." Under everyone's gazes, Chen Xiang held onto the green dragon demon-slain broadsword tightly, and in a blink of an eye, he appeared in front of the purple moon, and with one slash, he cut the shriveled old man into two. "Humph, I asked for it." Chen Xiang snorted in disdain. Just as he was about to grab the storage ring, it suddenly flashed with a multicolored light and turned into a pile of dust. Chen Xiang just felt that it was a pity, and then he released a blazing fire, burning the leader into dust and scattered it all over the heaven thunder purgatory. He kept his green dragon demon-slain broadsword and jumped into the air. Stepping on his shrinking step, he quickly disappeared into the distance, disappearing from everyone's astonished gazes. Gu Dongchen sighed. "Even though I knew that something shocking would happen, I never thought that the Purple Moon Imperial Land's leader would actually die. Moreover, it was killed by my junior master." He looked at the Demon Empress' jade face that was still in a state of shock and laughed. "Your luck is not bad. If you had the same intentions as before, you would have turned into a pile of powder." Yao Shumi said in a deep voice. "This is troublesome. The purple moon he killed came from the heaven realm, and it is said that he is also an important figure among the heaven realm. I wonder, who else would the heaven realm send down?" The little demon empress caught her breath and said, "I may not be killed by him, but my poison is at the top of the entire sky demon realm. There are only a few people in the heaven realm who want to suppress my bets, and even some of the most powerful old fellows would have to avoid my poison for a bit. If Chen Xiang were to fight with me, even if he could kill me, he would definitely die from poison." Gu Dongchen suddenly started laughing out loud. Back then, beside the demon and devil sinkhole, their group of experts had been affected by the corrosion of the magical corruption gas, and they had been forced to stay put for a long time to defend themselves. But Chen Xiang had walked out from the source of the magical corruption gas, holding onto the green dragon demon-slain broadsword, and killed a large group of experts. "Do you laugh?" The little demon empress' elegant face revealed a trace of anger. She felt that Gu Dongchen was mocking her. "Do you dare to take a walk in the demon and devil sinkhole?" Back then this brat was beaten into the demon and devil sinkhole by Tai Yunhong, and he stayed there for a year or two, then walked up alive, can you? Gu Dongchen left with these words. She could not believe that such a thing had happened. Even the Poison Queen, had not dared to lightly touch the super old poison, but Chen Xiang had stayed in that place for a very long time. Impenetrable's physique, this kind of physique was very rare, but there was still a person who could successfully cultivate it. The little demon empress was one of them, but the 100 poisons did not include the magical corruption gas. So many people that could resist the 100 poisons were unable to resist the magical corruption gas. It seems like Tai Yunhong died in his hands. The demon empress had also heard of Tai Yunhong. Tai Yunhong was a relatively important figure in the devil-suppressing divine palace. Chen Xiang distanced himself from the crowd and scolded, "Purple Moon Imperial Land of Purple Moon Imperial Land is such a B** starred. I would waste a piece of the chaos fire, and if I were to use it in Heaven Realm, I would be able to kill off even more elderly people in one go. However, I was forced to use up a piece of it just now. That old fart who killed 1,000 blades and took away his storage ring when he died, only leaving behind a heaven-breaking pill. If the dead Purple Moon knew that even after being killed by Chen Xiang, it was still looked down upon by Chen Xiang like how Chen Xiang killed chickens with a blade, it would definitely die with grievance. Chen Xiang had already merged with 3 Chaos Fire S, so he did not feel any change. He could only control 3 Chaos Fire S to attack at the same time. He had always been conflicted in his heart. He wanted to fuse all 7 Chaos Fire S, but when the Chaos Fire accepted him as its master, the Divine Guardian Light was very powerful. For example, before, it allowed him to pass through a huge crisis. Unless it was absolutely necessary, he would not use it. Now that there were only 4 Chaos Fire left, they were exceptionally precious to him. "Little scoundrel, where are you going now?" Long Shui asked. "When are you going to give me another pill like that?" "Let's wait until I encounter a good beast. Forget about you, I really want to eat a few more pills right now." Chen Xiang ran on the ground as he took a long detour before he arrived at a canyon. "Very soon, you'll know where I'm going." In the valley, a handsome young man dressed in white saw Chen Xiang coming over and immediately walked over with a smile. "Junior Master, you are really impressive just now, but now you have completely annoyed Purple Moon Imperial Land. I think they will quickly send some experts from Heaven Realm." Chen Xiang now truly had the appearance of a junior master, although he was young and had low cultivation, but his abilities were not small, and had done many shocking things. Previously, Chen Xiang and Gu Dongchen had arranged to meet each other here. "A lad, you have also become stronger." Chen Xiang laughed, then lowered his voice. "Tell me about Purple Moon Imperial Land's territory, and bring Yun Xiaodao and the others over to find me. Also, at the same time, make a statement to the outside, saying that they violated Super Martial School's sectoral rules, and were expelled from Super Martial School." Gu Dongchen frowned. He thought of something very quickly, and his face creased like a bitter melon. "Junior Master, you are not kind, you are digging a wall. It's fine if you dig secretly, but you actually want me to help you dig my own wall. This." Chen Xiang rolled his eyes. "Forget it, do you think that I didn't know that you would have thrown these hot potatoes at me earlier? I guess you're planning on asking for some sort of medicinal pill as compensation right now." Furthermore, as Xiao Chou and Ting Ying, these 2 non-human beings were getting stronger and stronger, they were getting fiercer and fiercer. When they heard that Chen Xiang was going against the Purple Moon Imperial Land, on the same night as well, they crippled an elder of a Purple Moon Imperial Land and did not care about face at all, and as long as they met a disciple of a Purple Moon Imperial Land, they would snatch them all away. Furthermore, as Xiao Chou and Ting Ying, these 2 non-human beings were getting stronger and stronger, they were getting fiercer and fiercer. When they heard that Chen Xiang was going against the Purple Moon Imperial Land, on the same night as well, They crippled an elder of a Purple Moon Imperial land and did not care about face at all, and as long as they met a disciple of a Purple Moon Imperial land, they would snatch them all away. They are your friends. I know that you have the idea to establish your own sect, so I can give them to you. I have carefully nurtured them for many years, so I want some compensation. Gu Dongchen said as he rubbed his hands, his eyes gleaming with excitement. Give me 1,000 relive Dan, 1,000 iron bone Dan, 3,009 quenching body Dan. Yes, and don't mention anything else. There are 10 relive Dan S, 100 iron bone Dan S, and 309 quenching body Dan. I'll give you one more chance to buy a lot of medicinal pills from me. Chen Xiang hurriedly cut him off and glared at him. A lad, you are usually so stingy, but now you are asking for something so haughtily. 1,000 relive Dan S? Do you think that relive Dan can grow out of it like vegetables? I don't even have that many. Gu Dongchen said depressingly. There are too few relive Dan S. 300 pills. Pfft, I don't have many relive Dan. You have so many experts from Super Martial School, and even Master, this old B.A.S.T.A.R.D. is supporting me. I still lack more relive Dan than you do, 30 of them. Chen Xiang's face was filled with disdain. This Gu Dongchen was obviously taking advantage of the situation. Fine, 30 pills, that's 30 pills. Is it better than nothing? Hand it over. Gu Dongchen said. Fight with one hand. Chen Xiang folded his arms across his chest and leaned against a huge boulder. I'll wait for you here. Hurry up and bring them over. Which ones do you want? Gu Dongchen asked. Xiao Dao, Dead Fatty, Old Xie, the Scholar, the Little Baldy, Ting Ying, Hai Xing, the Lei Brothers, and Qianqian. Chen Xiang thought about it and said, The Lei Brothers and an elder are out training. I don't know when they will return, but Hai Xing himself will go far away to train. As for Qianqian, she was the designated successor for junior sister, and in the future, she would become the leader's successor. She was with her junior sister now. Junior sister and Lu Menger are both here. Do you want to go and see them? Chen Xiang had already known from the beginning that Hua Xiangyue and Lu Menger were here, but he did not plan to go. He did not want to involve these two women in this matter, unless they grew stronger to a certain degree. All right then, bring those 6 B.A.S.T.A.R.D.S. over. Chen Xiang nodded. Are there a lot of pills? Gu Dongchen was a little worried. You can't be left out. Chen Xiang kicked him. Hurry up. After Gu Dongchen left, he only took 2 hours to bring her back. When Yun Xiaodao saw Chen Xiang, he jumped down from the flying discs in midair. They all knew that the Dragon Subduing School was created by Chen Xiang, but they kept it to themselves and did not tell Gu Dongchen that this matter must be kept a secret. Now that the Dragon Subduing School had risen up so strongly, they were extremely excited and had been waiting for Chen Xiang to lead them into the sect. Haha, old pig, you've lost a lot of weight. Have you been through something painful recently? Saying it will make me happy. Chen Xiang laughed. Zhu Rong was indeed a bit thinner, but he still looked fat. He curled his lips and muttered a few words. Lian Mingdong's strength had risen the most obviously. His father was the island master of the Lotus Island. He did not know why he had suddenly received Lian Yingxiao's attention and obtained a lot of resources. XV Weilong was still the same, his eyes was still slanted and his entire person was cold, but when he saw Chen Xiang, he revealed a smile. Xiao Chou was the same as always. He always wanted to fight with this master when he saw Chen Xiang, but he was afraid of losing, as he could not see through Chen Xiang at the moment. Ting Ying and Chen Xiang had not known each other for long, but Chen Xiang had saved him before. Although Ting Ying was together with Yun Xiaodao and the others in the Super Martial School, he had become close with this group of people, and had gained a lot of understanding of Chen Xiang from their mouth. Yun Xiaodao grinned and laughed. Elder Brother Shern, we have long hated that group of fellows from Purple Moon Imperial Land. We never thought that you would actually kill their boss. It is truly satisfying. Gu Dongshin said to Chen Xiang. Junior Marshal Uncle, I've brought the person. Where are the items? Chen Xiang took out the pills he had prepared and handed them over to Gu Dongshin. Seeing that, Zhu Rong's face immediately became unwell, and he shouted, What are you doing? Leader, you actually sold us out? D.A.M. And it, how can we just casually buy and sell it? Yun Xiaodao was very excited. He anxiously asked, What's the price? Gu Dongshin swept his eyes across them. Don't expect yourselves to sell very high. The 6 of you are only worth 30 relive dans. Younger brother Shun, you are not kind. On average, each of us is only worth 5 relive dan? My value should far exceed this number. Zhu Rong was unconvinced. At least 100 relive dan. Yun Xiaodao nodded in agreement. We're not really worth it, it's only this little. XV Weilong, Lian Mingdong and Ting Ying, on the other hand, did not say anything. Xiao Chou pinched his nose. Master, in your eyes, I'm only worth 5 relive dan. Chen Xiang looked at them speechlessly. This guy originally wanted 1,000 relive dan, but I didn't have one, so I gave him 30 of them, and 100, and 300. But since he said that, a lad had long wanted to kick them towards me. Right now, he only wants to ask for my compensation. Yun Xiaodao and Zhu Rong immediately glared angrily at Gu Dongshin, who laughed dryly. All right, we'll cooperate happily. You guys be careful, this is the Heaven Thunder Purgatory, and there are many other dangerous ones as well. Don't die. Then, Gu Dongshin left under the gazes full of disdain from Yun Xiaodao and the others. After Gu Dongshin left, just as Yun Xiaodao and the others were about to ask about the dragon subduing school, Chen Xiang hastily stopped them, then shouted towards the sky. Elder Duan, stop hiding, I know you're here. He only heard Duan Chong releasing a burst of clear laughter, but when he appeared, his face was filled with shock. He did not expect Chen Xiang to be able to discover him. Of course, what surprised him the most was Chen Xiang killing the Purple Moon, because even he found it difficult to accomplish this. Good boy, you're really strong. It seems like my previous worries were unnecessary. Duan Sanchang did not ask Chen Xiang what the order badge was. He knew it was Chen Xiang's trump card. He would definitely not speak carelessly. Chen Xiang smiled and said, If I had not intervened at that time, would Elder Duan have come out to save me? Duan Chong shook his head. When the Demon Empress and I join hands, it would take at least an hour to break that fellow's blood sacrifice barrier. I can only think of a way to prevent you from getting killed. From the conversation between Yun Xiaodao and the others, they knew that Duan Chong was very powerful, so they did not interrupt him. From the conversation between Yun Xiaodao and the others, they knew that Duan Chong was very powerful, so they did not interrupt him. Old man Duan, these are my friends. I hope you can give them some pointers. It's best if they come and go without a trace like your Duan clan's tomb robbers. Chen Xiang laughed. It was actually a member of the Duan clan. This caused Zhu Rong and the others to be shocked. The Duan clan's old man was extremely powerful. If not, many great powers would not dare to make a move against their small group of a dozen or so people. This won't do. Our Duan clan's secret arts cannot be spread out. Duan Chong shook his head. Because of the things this 10 Heaven Supreme Lord Pas said down to us all those years ago, he had instructed us not to spread it to anyone. Chen Xiang thought for a while, then asked, Elder Duan, have you heard of the Iron Lion Army? Of course we have. Almost every ancient power's ancient book has recorded this army of God. Their ancestors and our ancestors were sworn brothers of Jinlan, but they weren't as lucky as us. They have already suffered a terrifying curse, so they should have all died tragically. Duan Chong sighed. They are not dead. They are working for me. However, their curse has not been removed. Chen Xiang immediately said. As expected, the relations. Hi plus P between the Duan clan's Earth's core race S was not ordinary. Duan Chong immediately became excited. Is what you said true? Where are they? Chen Xiang laughed. They are at the bottom of Evil Dragon Graveyard. Evil Dragon Graveyard is a dragon vein. I found them there. What? Duan Chong's eyes opened, his body fiercely Hi plus Vered. He was extremely shocked. Yun Xiaodao and the others also listened quietly. They were very curious about how Chen Xiang had obtained the dragon fountain. Initially, when they heard that there was a dragon subduing school in the Evil Dragon Graveyard, they were very excited, and they knew that the dragon subduing school would become a very powerful sect in the future. How did you get the dragon fountain? Duan Chong didn't dare be sure right now. He wanted to hear what had happened. Imperial crystal, Chen Xiang said. At that time, when I went in, because I had an imperial crystal, fusing with the dragon pearl was very easy. Afterwards, Chen Xiang explained the situation of the dragon vein underground, the naturally formed majestic dragon underground, and the Earth's core race's delay work. Yun Xiaodao and the others were amazed. Duan Chong was sure that what Chen Xiang said was true, because he only found out about these things after being in the Duan clan for many years, and Chen Xiang knew it more than him. In that case, the Iron Lion army has already followed you. Well, I'll teach these kids. Duan Chong's face became serious and said to Chen Xiang, My Duan clan still cannot follow you, because we need to gather all of that history. That is a very important matter, otherwise, our Duan clan would not make such a huge sacrifice, and this would be beneficial to you in the future. Chen Xiang nodded. Chong Zi will follow me. Duan Chong swept his gaze across Yun Xiaodao and the others. Then, he squinted his eyes as his face revealed a trace of a smile. These are all pretty good seedlings. The great strength race is not bad too. As for these brats, although they do not have any special bloodline inheritances, their body's foundation is not bad, and there's a lot of room for improvement in the future. Just as Yun Xiaodao and the others were feeling complacent, Duan Chong's face darkened and became a little sinister. Although your apartment etudes are good, that does not mean that your apartment etudes can be very good. I think your current foundation is not solid enough, so I have to properly fix it for you, otherwise you will waste this good skin. The corner of Zhu Rong's eyebrows twitched, and he forcefully smiled. Back then, that's what the old lunatic said as well, then we got into trouble. Let me tell you, the elders of the Dragon Subduing School are all very strong. If you guys don't work hard, you won't be able to become elders. Chen Xiang gave them some stimulation. Old senior, come at me. What have I not experienced in great strength race before? Xiao Chou was not afraid at all. He raised his head and puffed up his chest, his bald head Hi plus Ning as he looked very proud and arrogant. Duan Chong laughed sinisterly. At that time, a few of the more highly regarded members of our Duan clan also said the same thing, but in the end they were still made to cry by me. Come with me. I will take you to a good place. Once you get there, you will know the difference between you and others. Chen Xiang and the others followed Duan Chong and ran for 3 days and 3 nights, until they arrived beside a pool. This pool was located in a very special place and was located in a large mountain. The pool was at the top of a short mountain. Right here? Don't tell me you want us to close our eyes and cultivate in the deep water? We've already done it. Xiao Chou was a little disappointed. Chen Xiang looked at the pool carefully. The pool was not big, it was about 100 meters wide and it was clear. There was nothing wrong with it. This is called Thunder Pond, you will know when you get down there. This is a good place, especially for body strengthening. Our Duan clan's secret arts can only be learned by someone with a good body, but you guys are still lacking a little. Duan Chong laughed. Yun Xiaodao took off his jacket. How powerful is it? After he finished speaking, he jumped down. The moment he touched the water, he suddenly let out a blood-curdling screech, and like a live fish falling into a hot pot, he jumped out. His entire body was charred black by the electricity. We can train your bodies here, train your ability to control the innate qi and control your qi, Duan Chong said as he jumped into the pool of water and immersed himself in the water, leaving only his head exposed. Yun Xiaodao trembled when he saw this. He almost died just by touching it, yet this old fellow was still soaking in it. Chen Xiang patted Xiao Chao's head and laughed. Little Baldy, it's your turn to go down. Didn't you say earlier that you aren't afraid of the heavens or the earth? At this time, Tingying had already walked down. Right after he went down, he let out a loud roar that seemed to be able to tear apart the sky, but like before, he still followed Duan Chong's example and soaked himself in the water. Only his head was exposed, but his face was filled with pain. The Kailan Thunder Eagle's body was the strongest amongst their group, but it was already like this, causing Zhu Rong's scalp to go numb. Yun Xiaodao looked at his body full of fat and couldn't help but laugh. Xiao Chou followed after Tingying, and just met him. He immediately roared out in pain, but he clenched his teeth and soaked in the water, but at this time, Tingying was already unable to say anything, and jumped out from the water. After that was 15 Weilong. His endurance made many people surprised, and he did not make a sound, frowning as he soaked in the water for a while before coming up again. On the other hand, Lian Mingdong had only made a series of low sounds, which were all better than Yun Xiaodao's. Of course, Yun Xiaodao had jumped down in one breath. He wasn't prepared at all, but they had all walked down slowly, so they weren't in a sorry state like Yun Xiaodao. D.A.M. Ned Pig, it's your turn. You don't have to be afraid. This dead pig isn't afraid of boiling water. This thunder pond shouldn't be able to do anything to you. Yun Xiaodao laughed. Those who had come down from the thunder pond all felt a shadow in their hearts. Right now, they were all waiting at the side for Zhu Rong to make a fool of himself. Those who had come down from the thunder pond all felt a shadow in their hearts. Right now, they were all waiting at the side for Zhu Rong to make a fool of himself. Old Zhu, you can leave now. Those who can't die, at most, will just live a life worse than death. Xiao Chou laughed. However, when he thought about how he had been trapped in Thunder Pond for a short while, he felt an incomparable amount of fear. Zhu Rong snorted. You guys underestimate me a bit too much. Why don't we compete, and go down together to see who stays down there for a long time, and win in the end? Then you guys will give me 100 million spar, and if one of you is the last one up, I will also give you 100 million spar. Zhu Rong glanced at Chen Xiang. Including Chen Xiang, this guy has too many variables. Yo, you miserly pig, you actually dare to bet 100 million spar, are you crazy? Yun Xiaodao's face was filled with surprise. Usually you're timid and stingy, but now it doesn't seem like you. Zhu Rong said, That's only because you think that when I was with you, I did not attack? Don't talk about this. Do you dare to play now? You have all gone down there before. You know how powerful this pond is, so you should be able to prepare in advance. Chen Xiang watched with interest from the side and laughed. Are you guys afraid of old Zhu? What's there to be afraid of? 100 million, that's it. Yun Xiaodao was unwilling to accept this. Come on, I want to see how you'll beat me. Xiao Chou also agreed. Zhu Rong looked at 15 Weilong, Lian Mingdong and Tingying and laughed. It's only fun if there are more people. Furthermore, all of you were to perform well earlier. Don't you want to gamble? If I win, I would earn 500 million spar, which is much more worthwhile than helping Wu Qianqian search for medicinal ingredients. Lian Mingdong shook his head and laughed. All right, I also want to see why you are so confident. XV Weilong nodded, indicating that he would partake. 1p8. This is my first bet, I have to win. Don't go back on your words. Tingying smiled slightly and said with complete confidence. Duan Chong, who was soaking in the lightning pool, thought that it was very interesting and laughed. I will be the notary. If anyone dares to act shamelessly, I will push their head down and bury them under this thunder pond. Head down? What would that feel like? When these people thought of this, they shuddered in fear. 1, 2, 3. Come down! Duan Chong shouted. Zhu Rong and the others anxiously went down from the thunder pond, and just as they went down, the small knife started howling frantically. Ting Ying released waves after waves of eagle-like roars, his entire body plus varied, and he roared out loud. XV Weilong and Lien Mingdong shut their eyes tightly, the muscles on their faces twitching frantically. They were enduring the immense pain. Only Zhu Rong, that B.A.S.T.A.R.D. had no expression at all, as if he was bathing in hot water normally. When Yun Xiaodao and the others saw how relaxed Zhu Rong was, they shouted even more loudly. Are you guys unable to hold on? Ha ha! The spar is mine now. Zhu Rong let out a very powerful laugh. Chen Xiang was using his divine power to inspect Zhu Rong's body, but he did not find anything abnormal with Zhu Rong's body, which caused him to be extremely shocked. It seemed like Zhu Rong was not affected by the thunder pond, which made it hard for him to understand. Yun Xiaodao and Xiao Chou wanted to curse out loud, because they had been tricked by Zhu Rong, but they couldn't give up now, so they could only continue to curse. They couldn't even speak, and could only scream in pain while enduring. He was very clear how terrifying this thunder pond was. When he first came down here, his reaction was similar to Yun Xiaodao and the rest's, but this fat guy who was covered in meat was actually smiling merrily as he soaked in the water, and was plussing the fat on his body. What made him angry was that he was humming a very light song. After more than an hour, 5 hot people whose bodies were completely charred laid on the S8. Ting Ying was a Kylan Thunder Eagle, but he had been turned into charcoal by the mysterious lightning power of the Thunder Pond, but his grade was not bad. He lasted for almost an hour, while Yun Xiaodao and Lien Mingdong were the fastest, and could not hold on for more than an hour. What surprised Qin Xiang was that XV Weilong was able to hold on longer than the Great Strength Race, for about an hour, and Xiao Chou arrived earlier. Zhu Rong was even weirder. He was still soaking in the water, but he was not as relaxed as he was before. An hour ago, he was plus veering all over, but now his face was filled with pain and his expression was ugly. Little fatty, your physique is very special. How did you cultivate it? You actually managed to cultivate an energy protection layer inside your body, so your energy protection layer should have been broken by the thunder pond. Duan Chong observed for a long time before he realized this. Because he is too fat, his skin is thick, so there is enough room for a very powerful energy defense membrane. It seems that he also trained here after a lot of training, which can make up for the deficiencies in his body. He is fatter than others, but the defense of his body is not weaker than others. Chen Xiang said. After observing for more than 2 hours, he had seen quite a few things. This D.A.M. N pig, it's actually hiding such a move. Yun Xiaodao was very unhappy. He was the first to come up, and even though he had recovered quite a bit, he did not dare to go down for at least the next 2 days. Zhu Rong did not last long. When he did not let out a scream like a pig being butchered, he walked over, and smiled at the people lying on the ground. I won, haha. Yun Xiaodao suddenly jumped up from the ground and kicked towards Zhu Rong's stomach. Originally, he wanted to kick Zhu Rong down Lei Tang, but who knew that Zhu Rong would react quickly by grabbing his ankle, turning around and throwing him into the thunder pond. Little Yun, don't underestimate this fatty, I am very strong. Zhu Rong laughed sinisterly. D.A.M. N pig, you actually hid your strength so deeply. Xiao Chou muttered. If you don't hide it so deeply, what will happen if you, the battle maniac, pester me all day long? It's exhausting. Besides, I'm not battle type, I'm intelligent, so I can just use my brain. When Chen Xiang came to the side of Thunder Pond, everyone was looking at him. They really wanted to know how Chen Xiang performed in the Thunder Pond. Duan Chong said, I can only soak in this place for a month at the most, and this thunder pond is very deep. I have dived into it before, but I did not reach the bottom. Chen Xiang was suddenly curious about the bottom of the thunder pond. The fact that the thunder pond had such a terrifying thunder power meant that there was something affecting them from the depth. My guess is that elder brother Shen can last for 6 hours. Yun Xiaodao's body was very terrifying, and they had not seen Chen Xiang fight with anyone for many years, so they could not estimate Chen Xiang's true strength. Then I'll go down and take a look. Chen Xiang took off his clothes, wore only a pair of shorts, fiercely jumped into the thunder pond, and directly dived down, and then it never floated back up, just like jumping into an ordinary pond. He really is a pervert. Zhu Rong opened his mouth wide in shock. He really is a pervert. Zhu Rong opened his mouth wide in shock. He is indeed a little monster. I can't believe he wasn't affected at all and directly dived into the ground. I couldn't have done it back then. Duan Chong was the most shocked, because he knew what kind of pain it would bring to insert one's head into the thunder pond, but Chen Xiang seemed to be fine. Lian Mingdong asked, Elder Duan, what would happen if you were to immerse your head in thunder pond? That is a very dangerous thing to do. Wait until your bodies can be soaked in thunder pond for 3 days and 3 nights, then I will dare to let you guys go down to practice. In other words, seal your entire body, and prevent any kind of energy from invading into your body, and also prevent any kind of qi from leaking out. This will last for a long time. When you all can soak in the thunder pond for 10 days straight, the energy that you all have concealed yourselves within will reach a very high level. It will be difficult even for me to discover you all. As for the physical body and the innate qi, they will also receive extreme tempering. If you can immerse your head in the water, it will temper your sea of consciousness. Once you guys have completed your basics, learning our Duan clan's secret techniques will be twice the result with half the effort. You can start a ruckus with Chen Xiang. The dragon subduing school that Yun Xiaodao and the others had created were not simple, and the enemies that Chen Xiang had provoked were all powerful forces in the land. As Chen Xiang's friends, as members of the dragon subduing school, they had to be extremely strong. Duan Chong looked at the 6 youths lying on the shore, and his heart was filled with mixed emotions. It was because 10 Heaven's Supreme Lord had friends who dared to poke the heavens, that was why he agreed to help Chen Xiang cultivate them. Zhu Rong and the rest had rested for a day. Even though their bodies were still in pain, they had still jumped into Thunder Pond, but Chen Xiang had dived for a day, and there was no news at all. After Chen Xiang jumped down the Thunder Pond, he had been diving deeper into the ground. When he came down, he was attacked by extremely strong lightning. However, his body was strong, he had Yulong blood, and he had experienced all kinds of painful tempering over the years, so his endurance was very strong. Being soaked in Thunder Pond's water until the head, his consciousness would be attacked very strongly, but Chen Xiang's cultivation of his soul, which was able to refine the divine sense see, this kind of attack was useless against him. At most it would make his head hurt a little. He had been diving for 2 days, and the closer he got to the bottom, the stronger the thunder attacks became. Moreover, the thick power of thunder also formed a sieve pressure that pressed down on his body from all directions. I had only been diving for 2 days. The bottom is bottomless, and the bottom is terrifying. Especially when I reach a certain place, there will be a great resistance. I have tried many times, but to no avail. Duan Chong sat on the shore, and muttered as he looked at the Thunder Pond with a worried expression. And the others were already fast asleep. Being tossed around in Thunder Pond was incredibly difficult for them, as both their spirit and body would be honed to the extreme. Now that they were exhausted, they fell asleep immediately, not hearing Duan Chong's words. At night, Duan Chong looked at the twinkling stars in the sky and sighed. I have already searched through the places that Heaven Thunder Purgatory could explore, but I have not been able to find that thing. Now that the Heaven Thunder Purgatory's enchantment is getting weaker and weaker, many people can enter. But where were the remains of that war? Did the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord leave that thing behind? Where did those sky demons come from, and what is the Ghost Sage? Then he looked at Thunder Pond. What is hidden in the depths of this Thunder Pond? I really have lived in this place for so long, yet I actually know nothing about these things. Chen Xiang had already arrived at the resistance Duan Chong spoke of. There was indeed a very strange power blocking his descent, making him feel as if he had reached the bottom. However, if one looked closely, that was only a transparent barrier. It was just that it was very difficult to break through. This barrier was very special. Water could freely pass through it, and thunder power could also pass through, but humans could not. It's a very familiar feeling. Could it be that one? Chen Xiang asked doubtfully. That's right, as long as we can pass through, we will be able to enter a chaotic SPAC. You have met them before at the bottom of the demon and devil sinkhole. The reason for the appearance of this chaotic SPAC is most likely because the energy is too strong. It will not weaken in the long run and will eventually take shape in your own body. If you go over there, you must be prepared to not return. Long Shui said. Back then, Chen Xiang had encountered this kind of situation when he was still at the bottom of demon and devil sinkhole. I have to go take a look. Duan Chong has been searching for so long, but he still couldn't find the celestial slain method. He also said that he could not go down any further. Who knows, maybe celestial slain method is hidden underneath. When he needed to look for the other scattered heaven-earth killing methods, he could tell from the strange feeling produced by the ground killing that he was cultivating, not to mention something like the chaotic SPAC below. Back then, a lot of things like this had appeared under the demon and devil sinkhole. Chen Xiang took out the Luotian gate, took out the spatial origin orb again, and poured a very powerful spatial energy into the Luotian gate. In the depths of this lightning-terrifying thunder pond, he opened a spatial door, allowing him to pass through the transparent barrier. When he left his original position, he placed a very large glowing rock. He went through the barrier and swam towards the rock, but the further he swam, the further away he went from the glowing rock. Going forward was going backwards, and going left could mean going left or going right. Going right could mean going in another direction, but there wouldn't be a single direction that could lead him back to his original location. Right now, Chen Xiang could only continue to explore deeper, only then would he be able to find the source of energy to create this chaotic SPAC. As long as he destroyed this place, he would be able to go out. The same thing happened last time in the demon and devil sinkhole. The chaotic dimension was very special. Originally, it was only 100 steps, but you had to walk 1,000 steps and 10,000 steps to complete it. I'm too strong, I need to use the profound wood diamond armor. Otherwise, I won't be able to continue staying here. Right now, Chen Xiang could not support it with only his flesh body, so he had no choice but to release profound wood diamond armor allowing him to continue. Chen Xiang had not come up for a few days and this Duan Chong was extremely worried. Then he went down and let Yun Xiaodao and the others cultivate on their own. Duan Chong spent about 2 days to reach the location of the barrier. He only saw a glowing stone person with words engraved on it. Elder Duan, please don't worry, I'm fine. Chen Xiang knew that he had been trapped in this chaotic SPAC for a long time. Duan Chong must have returned. After Duan Chong got up there, he told this matter to Yun Xiaodao and the others. After Duan Chong got up there, he told this matter to Yun Xiaodao and the others. I never thought that the elder brother Shern would be able to pass through that barrier. As long as he comes up, we'll know the secret below. Yun Xiaodao said. Duan Chong nodded. He was also very interested to know what kind of major discovery Chen Xiang would make, and he felt that inside this heaven thunder purgatory, this thunder pond was the most mysterious place, and also the place where he was unable to delve into. If he chose the wrong one, he would swim below for a year or two, and perhaps return to his original position. Fortunately, he had a strong divine power, allowing him to carefully observe the changes in S, P, A, C, and from there, find the right direction to go forward. However, he still needed a long time to figure out what was going on. In the blink of an eye, Yun Xiaodao and the others had been cultivating in the Thunder Pond for over a month. I can already persevere for one day. Continue to work hard, and it would be best if I can reach my desired goal before the three realms talk you all mentioned earlier. Duan Chong was together with Yun Xiaodao and the others, listening to their narration of what had happened outside. Right now, he understood Chen Xiang a lot, and was extremely surprised by the things that Chen Xiang had done. Elder Duan, what kind of thing is the Heaven Devil King that Chen Xiang killed? Is there a lot of this stuff here? Yun Xiaodao had heard that the Heaven Devil King was able to intimidate outstanding talents, and even people of the Demon Empress level did not dare to contend against him, but they were actually killed by Chen Xiang. I don't know what it is either. There aren't many of these here, but it's just the number of sovereign kings is very few. If it's the lesser sky demons, then there are still a lot of them. Duan Chong said, "Don't worry too much about these sky demons. What's worth noting is that guy called Ghost Sage. When I was fighting with the Purple Moon back then, this B-A-S-T-A-R-D suddenly ran out and got attacked by us. This D-A-M. Ned Place really has many secrets, but the resources here are very abundant," Zhu Rong said. He raised his head to look at the blue sky. His face was filled with worry. He was worried that a ghost sage would suddenly appear. "You don't have to stay here forever. What are you afraid of?" "I still do not know how long I will be trapped here, but I have yet to figure out the reason behind the Heaven Thunder Purgatory's barrier becoming weak. According to the way this Heaven Thunder Purgatory operates, it will take me at least 10,000 years to become weak. When I first came in that year, I still did not show any signs of weakening." Duan Chong was also extremely worried. "I was worried that a few terrifying things would grow up here." This was the last big battle that Ten Heaven's Supreme Lord led all his subordinates into, and it was also the battle to end the Ten Heaven's Supreme Lord's empire. Tinging said, "But it doesn't look like a war has happened here. The Great Devil Mountains was the site of the Human-Demon War back then, and there are traces that would not be erased." Lian Mingdong said, "That's right, this is more like a resource-rich fairyland. Even though there are a few beasts and things like that, but we have not encountered anything life-threatening. I wonder how Chen Xiang is doing down there. I can only wait for him to come up and see if he has any clues." XV Weilong said, "Will anything happen to Master?" Xiao Chou was extremely worried. Duan Chong laughed. "Don't worry, Chen Xiang will be fine. This brat is much stronger than we have imagined. It's not like you guys don't know about him killing Purple Moon. It wouldn't be easy for me to kill that guy. Chen Xiang would definitely be fine, but he would be lost in that chaotic S.P.A.C., which was even scarier and more complicated than the one he met in Demon and Devil Sinkhole last time. Inside this S.P.A.C., the direction would change randomly and without any pattern, so he no longer knew where he was in this S.P.A.C., and he was also far away from that S.H.I. plus New York Rock. What was even worse was that he was tortured by the rich thunder power down there. This energy could seep into people like his profound wood diamond armor, and although it did not have much of an impact, it made him feel very uncomfortable. In the dark blue sky, a black cloud suddenly floated over. The black cloud churned up, surging with waves of tyrannical evil chi. However, at this time, a powerful force shook the entire Heaven Thunder Purgatory. Duan Chong fiercely leapt into the air, his expression solemn as he stared into the distance. What's going on? The evil chi is too terrifying, the great devil mountains is nothing compared to this place. I am afraid only the magical corruption gas of the demon and devil sinkhole can suppress the evil chi. Zhu Rong said in shock. The endless evil energy in the air was strange and powerful, making people restless. Moreover, the wave of energy that had just swept through made people's bodies tremble. Duan Chong descended from the sky and said with a frown, "The hole you guys made safely and has closed, and that power just now was the spatial shockwave that erupted when it closed. It looks like you guys have been trapped in this heaven thunder purgatory for many years." Ah! Could it be that heaven thunder purgatory's purgatory is about to open? Yun Xiaodao exclaimed. Didn't we learn the demon subduing fist art? Since I can use it, I might as well. XV Weilong said, it looks like the sky demon army is coming. Cultivation has ended now. Although it has only been a short period of 1 month, you have all improved greatly. It's time to fight in actual combat. I will teach you the Duan clan's secret techniques in actual combat, Duan Chong said, which made Xiao Chou excited. I originally thought that it would be used to beat up Purple Moon Imperial Land, but it's not bad if I can beat up some sky demons now. Zhu Rong laughed, they were not really worried. Let's go. Duan Chong took the lead and led the few youths, and flew towards the direction with the densest amount of evil energy. On the other hand, Gu Dongchen, Lien Yingxiao and the other Chun martial continent S were gathered together. When Lien Yingxiao saw Gu Dongchen, he immediately asked, Brother Gu, what about my son? Leave it to Chun Xiang, I don't know where they are either. Gu Dongchen said. What? Lien Yingxiao was a little anxious. This time it's over, Ming Dong will definitely be damaged. Lu Menger and Hua Xiangyue were also present. They did not ask Chun Xiang much, but they were still a little worried. This was because Chun Xiang had killed the Purple Moon, and they had also received the news that the Purple Moon Imperial Land had sent several strong people down here in order to suppress Chun Xiang. Gu Dongchen looked at the black cloud in the sky and said, the exit to the Heaven Thunder Purgatory is sealed, so this thing should be the Sky Demon Army. We are not those ancient powers, and are far weaker than them. Now that we are going to join forces, I suggest that everyone give up on mining spar and gather in a place where we can attack and defend. Lien Mingdong, Hua Xiangyue and Lu Menger all nodded in agreement. As long as they kept their guard up and the Sky Demon Army could not attack, they would choose those ancient powers. Then everyone should hurry up and take action. I've already chosen the location, Gu Dongchen said. Tens of thousands of heavenly devils suddenly fell from the sky and gathered together, releasing waves after waves of terrifying roars, intimidating the entire heaven thunder purgatory. All the forces were trapped here, and now they could only think of a way to leave the heaven thunder purgatory after taking care of the demons. Tens of thousands of heavenly devils suddenly fell from the sky and gathered together, releasing waves after waves of terrifying roars, intimidating the entire heaven thunder purgatory. All the forces were trapped here, and now they could only think of a way to leave the heaven thunder purgatory after taking care of the demons. The heaven thunder purgatory had truly revealed its true appearance, turning into a purgatory. The rich resources inside were used to lure these people in, and those ancient powers used to have a part of the people that laid in ambush for the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. They thought that they would not be cursed by the power inside, who would have known that they would also suffer like that. Chun Xiang did not know that right after he broke through the barrier, there was a change in weather outside. Otherwise, he would have suspected that the things that happened outside were related to this place. If he couldn't find the direction to go, he might be trapped here for many years. Fortunately, he could hold on for a long time, and if someone else was trapped here, they would die very soon. I have no other choice. Long Xue sighed. She had tried many different methods but to no avail. There seems to be only one solution now, and that is to cultivate both the God slain method and the ground killing. It might be useful in preventing your divine power from being affected by the chaotic SP, AC, or it might be able to help you gain a better insight into this mysterious chaotic SPAC. Qin Xiang sighed. He did not wander around in the chaotic SPAC, but stayed where he was, closed his eyes, and started to comprehend the ground killing and the God slain method. The chaotic SPAC he was in was extremely special, as this place was filled with a large amount of water. Moreover, this water contained an extremely violent thunder power, and the lightning also contained a type of spiritual attack power. He could only stay in this place for a long period of time because he had profound diamond armor, otherwise he would have been killed by the thunder power. Within many Nirvana Doom, this was also a very strong form of robbery power. Although many people could cultivate the lightning attribute innate qi by absorbing the spirit energy of heaven and earth, its power was far inferior to the true heavenly thunder. Lightning was the power of heaven, so Long Shui thought that this thunder pond should be related to the celestial slain method, but Qin Xiang had the ground killing, so he might be able to gain some help from comprehending the ground killing. Qin Xiang entered the realm of selflessness, and at the same time, started to comprehend the God slain method and the ground killing. Unknowingly, several days had passed, and under this deep pool filled with darkness and all sorts of lightning, his body was being pressed by all sorts of powers, but at the same time, his body was slowly revolving. At the same time, he released a burst of gentle, holy white light, and generated a kind of power, mysteriously resisting the energy that came from all directions. His posture was also very unique. He was lying flat on the ground, his hands and feet moving naturally. Although it looked strange, as he slowly rotated, he looked so natural, giving off a kind of untouchable charm. Qin Xiang's forehead suddenly lit up. Following that, he shot out a ray of blue lightning. "What's going on?" Qin Xiang suddenly woke up. He only felt as if he had just woken up from a dream, and in his dreams he was flat on the ground. Then, he saw a bolt of lightning suddenly striking down from the sky, striking the center of his brows. "You suddenly started spinning. You'll be fine after a while. You must have realized something," Long Shui said. Qin Xiang nodded his head. "I have indeed comprehended some things from the ground killing and the God slain method. For example, the ground killing allows me to condense a very strong power of earth from within it. However, the God slain method can allow a person to cultivate their divine soul and ultimately their divine power. Other than that, the God slain method does not only use divine power to kill people and formless, it can also be used with other heaven-earth killing methods, and it can also be used to perform methods like hallucination soul search, but I know all of these. Of course, these are all simple. There are even more profound mysteries that I am still unable to use right now. Then can you find a direction to head to the core of the Thunder Pond? Su Meiyao asked. She was worried that she would not be able to leave after staying here for a long time. Yes, I can. Maybe I was able to cultivate the power of the earth just now, so I had a connection with something here. I think there should be a way for me to get out there. Qin Xiang swam towards a direction. Then how strong is the God slain method? Long Shui was very curious about this, because the Imperial Dragon race was an expert in using divine powers. A thought can kill a person. You only need to think, and you can gather the power of the world for your own use. Qin Xiang said, "This should be about the same as your heavenly dragon seal, it's just that the speed of gathering energy is very fast, but I still need a very long time to reach this level. Of course, if it's only used once, then it's not very strong. Only if it's used together with the heaven-earth killing method would it be powerful." The lightning mark between Qin Xiang's brows flickered, guiding him forward, allowing him to find a clear direction in this chaotic SPAC. Thunder Pond's liquids are all condensed from lightning. After being affected by a strange energy, they won't crystallize, so this place should be man-made. As for the chaotic S.P.A.C., it could be a coincidence. Chen Xiang guessed that the barrier that he had encountered when he first entered was set up by someone, and it was used to prevent people from entering deeper. In less than a day, Chen Xiang saw a white light screen at the bottom of the pitch-black pond. Inside the white light screen, it was releasing a kind of strange power. The power in the light screen was very weak, it was hard to feel and it was hard to feel. Chen Xiang entered the light screen and dropped into a bright and S.P.A.C. stone room. Be careful! Following Long Xue's cry of shock, a gust of astral wind carrying violent lightning bolts swept over and engulfed Chen Xiang within it, forming a powerful force that pushed Chen Xiang against the stone wall. Chen Xiang heavily crashed into the stone wall, and the stone wall started to glow with a purple electric light, causing Chen Xiang to scream miserably as he slid down the wall. He lied on the ground, raised his head, and looked, only to see a black-haired STUR DY man looking at him with a pair of green eyes. His entire body was extremely robust, as though he had transformed into a beast. From time to time, his sinister muscles released a burst of electric light, and he opened his mouth to roar at Chen Xiang. His sharp teeth was like a beast, causing people's hearts to tremble. Is this thing human? Chen Xiang stood up in shock. He then looked at the gigantic stone room and realized that there was a crystal chest in the middle. Inside the chest was a stone tablet. The stone tablet looked exactly the same as the one that he had obtained the ground killing. Is this thing human? Chen Xiang stood up in shock. He then looked at the gigantic stone room and realized that there was a crystal chest in the middle. Inside the chest was a stone tablet. The stone tablet looked exactly the same as the one that he had obtained the ground killing. No, it's an evil spirit, probably a spirit nurtured by the Thunder Pond. However, because there are too many grievances, it became an evil spirit. This kind of evil spirit often appeared in many dangerous places. Bai Yu said. The evil spirit was very strong. With just a punch and wind, it had sent Chen Xiang flying. He saw that Chen Xiang had stood up, released a roar, and turned into a bolt of lightning. Russ. Hi+ing towards Chen Xiang. That terrifying speed struck the dense lightning energy in the cave, causing a burst of thunder. Boom! Chen Xiang, who had just stood up, was hit by the evil spirit's fist, and then flew heavily onto the stone wall. The evil spirit had just given Chen Xiang a thunder-like punch, and then turned into a bolt of lightning, attacking towards Chen Xiang. Beast! Chen Xiang anxiously used his shrinking step to dodge, but the evil spirit ruthlessly smashed onto the stone wall. The berserk force caused the entire stone room to tremble. This stone room was not simple. Even when it was frequently attacked by this kind of evil spirit, there were no cracks at all. As expected, this was the place where the celestial slain method was hidden. Chen Xiang was sure that the celestial slain method was inside the crystal chest. If he wanted to obtain the celestial slain method, he would have to kill the evil spirit first. When the evil spirit saw Chen Xiang dodging, it became even angrier, and turned to attack Chen Xiang once more. Incredible! Chen Xiang saw the evil spirit rush hi+ing towards him again, but he did not dodge. The dragon power rushed out from his body, charging towards his fist, striking the evil spirit's hairy fist. The two fists fiercely collided, causing energy waves to vibrate and a series of explosive sounds to ring out. Chen Xiang and the evil spirit were blasted away by the energy, both of them SMAs. Hi+ing onto the stone wall. The evil spirit roared wildly, its entire body flashed. Hi+ing with purple lightning. Its body suddenly swelled up, and its black muscles became even more malevolent. Blue veins burst out on its body, and then it charged forward at an even faster speed. I have no time to mess with you. Chen Xiang's chest flashed with a golden light, and the holy devil-suppressing seal suddenly flew out. The boundless devil-suppressing holy power poured into the holy devil-suppressing seal, causing it to become extremely huge, like a cauldron. It opened its mouth and faced the incoming evil spirit. Just as the evil spirit was about to touch the holy devil-suppressing seal, the word "Zhen" suddenly flashed and flew out from the bottom of the holy devil-suppressing seal. The word "Zhen," that was emitting a pure gold color, was like a net that enveloped the evil spirit's body. The evil spirit was pressed down on its body by the glowing word, as if it was pressed down by a formation and stuck to the stone wall. No matter how much it struggled, it was unable to break free. Although it was only a single word, it seemed as if it contained an entire world. This was the first time Chen Xiang had used it to attack, and had also drained a lot of his energy, causing him to almost lose his balance. The holy devil-suppressing seals had become so big that they were held in his palms. What a powerful thing! This thing can deal with demons and monsters. It is at the same level as Green Dragon Demon-Slain Broadsword. Devil-suppressing Heavenly Venerable is indeed an Empyrean of the past. He is willing to give up such a powerful item to someone else. Chen Xiang looked at the holy seal in awe. The evil spirit had already been subdued, and the subduing seal released by the holy devil-suppressing seal seemed to be able to suppress all demons. The evil spirit only struggled for a moment, but its body was already sealed by the subdue character, and it did not even have enough strength to use. Chen Xiang heaved a sigh of relief, and anxiously recovered his strength before wielding the Green Dragon Demon-Slain Broadsword, killing the evil spirit. Refine this fellow into a pill. Even though it doesn't look delicious, I still want to try it. Long Shui said. With how powerful the evil spirit was, it was definitely good for refining pills. Chen Xiang immediately used heavenly alchemy to refine the evil spirit. Last time, the unreal ghost eagle let Chen Xiang feel the power of this pill. At his current stage, it was more effective than eating pills refined from medicinal ingredients. But this time, since he refined the evil spirit, his progress wasn't as smooth as before. The evil spirit was formed from violent lightning, and to refine it into an edible pill was extremely difficult. In the end, he could only give up and change it to refining the Heavenly Thunder Pill's offensive type of pellet. It was to compress the berserk thunder power in the evil spirit's body together and condense it into a pellet. To him, this was still very simple, because if it wasn't meant for others to eat, it would be very easy to refine, saving him a lot of time and effort. In just half a day, he managed to concoct a gray pill. He named this pill that was filled with thunder power of destruction, Evil Spirit Explosion. I never thought that the celestial slain method was actually here. Was the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord hiding here personally? Chen Xiang punched inside the crystal chest, but he was repelled by a force, causing him to spit out a mouthful of blood. Idiot! If you were able to smash it into pieces so casually, that evil spirit would have already been in your hand. Long Shui laughed. I thought that I could easily get my hands on the ground killing after cultivating it. Chen Xiang did not give up, took out his Green Dragon Demon-Slain Broadsword, jumped over, and slashed at the crystal chest again. Boom! The divine blade fiercely trembled, and the humming sound turned into a deep dragon cry. However, the crystal chest remained completely undamaged, not even a trace was left behind. Since his attack was ineffective, he could only release his G.O.D. power into the crystal box to read the stone tablet. Just as his G.O.D. power touched the stone tablet suddenly flashed with a white light and shattered the crystal box. So easy! Chen Xiang was a little surprised. He used his hand to stroke the ancient yet tiny words on the stone tablet, and then began to move the contents of the stone tablet into his mind. After he finished all of this, Chen Xiang laughed. As expected, it's the celestial slain method. As long as I gather the heaven-earth killing method, I can cultivate it with half the effort and double the result. Although I can cultivate on my own, but I can't go deep into cultivation. Do you know how to get out of here? Bai Yu asked. Don't worry, elder sister Yu. I can leave right now. Chen Xiang walked to the center of the stone room and released his divine power. A white light flashed in the center of the stone room, and then he appeared above the thunder pond. Did the celestial slaying method say how the thunder pond was formed? Su Meiyao was very curious about the formation of the thunder pond. Yes, that's a natural star, but later on it was transformed by the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord to store the celestial slaying method. Maybe it was discovered later on, but those people couldn't enter, and only needed to create a seal to create that chaotic S.P.A.C. Chen Xiang said. At this time, the sky was dark clouds were rolling about, and the sky was filled with an evil killing intent. He frowned and said, What is going on? Why is the evil Qi the same as the Heaven Devil King? Seeing that Duan Chong, Yun Xiaodao and the others were not in the thunder pond, Chen Xiang started to worry. Seeing that Duan Chong, Yun Xiaodao and the others were not in the thunder pond, Chen Xiang started to worry. Chen Xiang relied on his memories and flew towards the city that the rogue cultivator built. When he went there, the city was in ruins with corpses all around. Tens of thousands of corpses, are these the sky demons? Chen Xiang stood in the air and raised his arms, raising his palms upwards. A white cyclone appeared in the air, covering the sky demon corpses on the ground in a layer of pale white light. After that, walnut-like white stones floated up from the sky demon corpses, and all of them flew into the air, entering into the white cyclone released by Chen Xiang. Chen Xiang combined the tens of thousands of stones that contained a dense amount of energy, and turned them into a small pellet. This was not heavenly alchemy, it was just that the heavenly demon's energy source stones were all the same. He swallowed the pellet into his mouth, and a vast amount of pure energy flashed through his body. Circulating fire God method. He turned his dantian into a fire dantian, and then fused the energy further, turning it into a innate qi, and poured into the 5 beast statues, condensing them into a Zhenyuan granule. These heavenly demons are really good stuff. If I can kill many of them, I might be able to survive the 3 nirvana tribulations. Chen Xiang said in surprise. The Heaven Thunder Purgatory was originally filled with dense spirit energy and a large number of sparite veins. These sky demons were obviously formed from the energy, it was just that when they used the pure power condensed in their body through their evil arts, they became evil. Chen Xiang followed a few remnants of qi, and after going down, he realized that there were a lot of sky demons here. If he could find a group of sky demons, he might be able to condense a pill like he did just now to eat them. Pass. Sing through a large mountain, Chen Xiang heard waves of gloomy beast roars, and the ground was slightly trembling. He activated Heaven Tour method, and saw that in the distance, there were tens of thousands of strange beasts of different sizes chasing after a dozen charming and moving girls. It was obvious that they were demon charming associations little demoness. The group of sky demons were extremely berserk, and after they said through the mountain in front of them, they would be razed to the ground. The sky demons were extremely berserk, and after they said through the mountain in front of them, they would be razed to the ground. From the other side, sounds of fighting could be heard. The demon empress is fighting a powerful sky demon over there, Long Shui said. This demon empress might know of Bai Ziqian's news, so I might be able to help her, but maybe she can tell me a few things. Chen Xiang rushed towards the spirit demons, stepping on the shrinking step in the air. He soon arrived behind the spirit demons. It's Chen Xiang. A charming lady with a snow-white fox's tail shouted. Chen Xiang's sudden appearance caused them to feel that he was even more terrifying than the 100,000 terrifying sky demons' army behind them. Ladies, my looks aren't as frightening as those sky demons, right? Chen Xiang laughed. Don't worry, I'm here to help you. Chen Xiang punched towards the sky, and a burst of golden light surged out from his fist. The dense devil-suppressing holy power was released by him, and floated in the air. The big array started to spin, the spirit grain inside started to flash, every flash engulfed the surrounding spirit chi, causing the big array to release even more terrifying devil-suppressing holy power. Chen Xiang flew to the center of the array and raised both of his hands up high, as if he was holding onto the S.H.I. plus Ning golden array. He released the devil-suppressing holy power in his body and shouted, "Demon-subduing heavenly thunder array!" The golden array flashed, and golden lightning shot out like a violent rain, striking the ground. Crackling sounds came out one after another. The dense and terrifying golden lightning illuminated the dark sky, the rolling thunder shook the earth, and countless heavenly devils gave out mournful howls amidst the thunder. When the demon-charming Association spirit demons saw this scene, they were so shocked that they opened their beautiful mouth. The violent golden lightning made their hearts tremble, scaring them to the point that their faces lost color. They were extremely afraid of the devil-suppressing holy power. The entire ground was washed by the dense and concentrated lightning. It was like a lightning purgatory below. The heavenly devils wailed and fell one by one, the tens of thousands of sky demons, against Chen Xiang's devil-suppressing holy power, which specialized in restraining demons, had no power at all and were instantly killed. Just like last time, Chen Xiang used his powerful G.O.D. power and took all of the energy source stones from these sky demons' bodies, condensed them into a pellet and swallowed them. Just at this moment, the demon empress rushed over and she knew that Chen Xiang had arrived from afar. That kind of devil-suppressing holy power could only be found by Chen Xiang, and upon seeing the sky demon corpses all over the ground, she heaved a sigh of relief. The little demon empress was wearing a plain green dress. Even though she was in a bit of a sorry state, she still looked so beautiful and charming. Chen Xiang had heard that her original body was that of a green lotus, and that it was not common for her to transform into a demon. "There are no more sky demons around here. Quickly go back to your cave," the demon empress said to the dozen or so fae. The leading fox demon looked at Chen Xiang in reverence, before leaving with the other spirit demons to thank him delicately. "Truly ungrateful. Even after I saved your people, you still aren't going to invite me to your cave abode to do something?" Chen Xiang laughed. At the moment his entire body was covered in a pale white light. He was refining the 100,000 demon essence pills he had just swallowed. "That is only our temporary shelter. If we can either leave or go, you can come to Demon Charming Association as a guest anytime. We will definitely welcome you." The little demon empress looked at Chen Xiang with her pair of clear and beautiful eyes. At this moment, she was not on guard against him. "That's what you said. Just don't chase me away when the time comes." Chen Xiang laughed. "Of course." The demon empress also revealed a gentle and approachable smile. "Thank you for saving my demon charming Association's little demoness just now. I had to ensure that there were no sky demons around our cave, so I had no choice but to patrol this area." "Demon Empress, I heard that you were transformed by a green lotus. You should have a name, right?" Chen Xiang asked this because he wanted to see if Su Meiyao and Bai Yuyu knew this demon empress. However, she took a step back and replied with a smile, "Of course there is. When I took the form, it was a little girl, and at that time it was an old granny who took me in. I followed her surname, Lu, and my name was Qinlian." Bai Yuyu and Su Meiyao suddenly exclaimed. Su Meiyao exclaimed, "Old granny whose surname is Lu, this demon empress has quite the background. Although we don't know her, we do know that old granny." Demon Charming Association could be said to be a very young force in the sky demon realm, but it was as bright as the sun. It turns out that not only did this group of demonists know how to use poison, there was also a very powerful figure supporting them. Demon Charming Association could be said to be a very young force in the sky demon realm, but it was as bright as the sun. It turns out that not only did this group of demonists know how to use poison, there was also a very powerful figure supporting them. At the time in the devil-suppressing Heavenly Venerable, the person who gave devil-suppressing Heavenly Venerable the most headache was a guy with the surname Liu. It is said that the poison used was very powerful, and that in order to restrain his poison, the devil-suppressing Heavenly Venerable created the devil-suppressing Kung Fu, allowing people to cultivate and create devil-suppressing golden body with impenetrable. Many years have passed, said, and the devil-suppressing divine palace still exists, but no one who possesses the devil-suppressing golden body has appeared. On the other hand, a descendant of the Liu family who was extremely powerful with poison has appeared. That descendant of the Liu family is an old granny, and the old granny who adopted LV Qinlian is undoubtedly a descendant of the Liu family. My sister had been looking for her for many years, and in the end she seemed to have found her. As for what happened to them, I have no idea. Bai Yu said. Seeing that Chen Xiang did not speak, LV Qinlian said, "Are you training?" Chen Xiang nodded his head. "MN Senior Liu, I have something to ask you." LV Qinlian smiled lightly. "Excuse me. Have you heard of Bai Ziqian in Heaven Realm? Any recent news about her?" Chen Xiang asked. Hearing Bai Ziqian's name, LV Qinlian's face changed. The smile on her jade face suddenly became extremely serious. "I've heard that initially said she died over 100,000 years ago, but she suddenly appeared in Heaven Realm a while ago. I met her once before. I originally wanted to have a contest with her, but when I met her just now, a large group of experts came to chase after her." What did she do? To actually be hunted down? Chen Xiang suddenly had a bad premonition. She used the magical corruption gas to kill the immortal king of Heaven Realm and the many powerful and famous subordinates of the immortal king. She almost annihilated a powerful force in the immortal world. Speaking of magical corruption gas, LV Qinlian stared at Chen Xiang. She knew that Chen Xiang had once walked out from the demon and devil sinkhole that was filled with magical corruption gas. Chen Xiang frowned. He had guessed that LV Qinlian would face an accident, because Bai Ziqian had done the same thing a long time ago. It was just that at that time, he was forced to hand over the magical corruption gas. He suspected that Bai Ziqian did not immediately return to the heavenly demon realm when he left the Great Devil Mountains, but went to the demon and devil sinkhole and obtained the magical corruption gas from below. You have stayed under the demon and devil sinkhole, right? Even Bai Ziqian and I would not be able to stay down there for that long. LV Qinlian slightly sighed. As long as I use poison, no one wouldn't want to control the magical corruption gas. If I were Bai Ziqian, if I were to meet a magical corruption gas, I definitely wouldn't let them off. But right now, the magical corruption gas in demon and devil sinkhole are too heavy, even I can't get close to them. Chen Xiang knew that this matter was no longer a secret. There were a lot of people who witnessed this scene. A hint of excitement flashed across LV Qinlian's beautiful eyes, and she continued to ask, "Since you managed to cultivate the devil-suppressing holy power, you must have already gotten it. I have once heard that the reason why devil-suppressing Heavenly Venerable could actually cultivate the true body of the impenetrable is because of the devil-suppressing Kung Fu. Are you? You want me to get you some magical corruption gas?" Chen Xiang smiled and did not directly answer LV Qinlian's question. LV Qinlian looked at his surroundings, nodded his head and said, "There will be returns. What's the reward?" Chen Xiang laughed. "This is an extremely risky thing to do. If we were to find out about this, we would both run for our lives. You are alchemist, you should be clear about the value of a holy lotus seed, right?" LV Qinlian was not worried about the consequences. Her beautiful eyes flickered with a green light, as if they were two SHI plus Ning green lotus seeds. "It's the main ingredient. Spoon it," Su Meiyao said excitedly. The main ingredient she was talking about was to refine pills that could help her and Bai Yu recover their peak strength. If I were to transform into a green lotus, I would be able to condense a holy lotus seed every 10,000 years. I also have one now, so you don't need to worry that I would go back on my word. LV Qinlian looked in a direction, her crescent brows slightly knitted, and said, "Follow me, there's someone heading this way." The holy lotus seed is a medicinal ingredient from the holy level. It's extremely precious and can only be formed by a lotus that has awakened. What she said is true. Su Meiyao said excitedly, "I never thought that I would get another set of main ingredients so quickly." Chen Xiang followed LV Qinlian to a charming valley. Here, there was a wooden house, which was clearly a place LV Qinlian frequented. She invited Chen Xiang to sit, poured tea for him, and then spat out a lotus seed that was Hi+Ning with a green light from his mouth. Chen Xiang looked at the holy lotus seed in a daze. Only being illuminated by that sacred green light made him feel comfortable. Furthermore, the pellets he ate earlier, which were refined using hundreds of thousands of sky demons, were also being refined faster. How fragrant! Chen Xiang wrinkled his nose and chuckled. LV Qinlian scoffed with a smile on her face. "This is a holy lotus seed. If you cultivate up to become a devil-suppressing golden body, even magical corruption gas would not be able to do anything to you. Back then, the old granny who took me and used magical corruption gases and many kinds of strange poisons to attack devil-suppressing Heavenly Venerable, but devil-suppressing Heavenly Venerable didn't do anything, and before devil-suppressing Heavenly Venerable even made his move, that old granny admitted defeat. How many magical corruption gases do you need?" Chen Xiang looked at the holy lotus seed on LV Qinlian's jade palm and reached out to scoop it. LV Qinlian did not stop her either and allowed her to scoop it into her hands. "This is a pearl that was specifically used to store magical corruption gas. The old granny gave it to me, and she told me that if I have the chance to obtain it, I must not care about any of the bounties in the 3 realms. I can scoop as much as I can. If you can, help me fill it. The holy lotus seed is yours." Before, LV Qinlian had always been worried that Chen Xiang would use the green dragon demon-slain broadsword to destroy her demon-charming association, so she held a certain amount of hostility towards Chen Xiang. Now, LV Qinlian knew that cooperating with Chen Xiang was a very happy thing. Chen Xiang received the transparent pearl and smiled faintly. He released the magical corruption gas from his dantian and poured it into the pearl. The magical corruption gas had no color and no smell, but after inserting the pearl suddenly emitted a faint glow. With one glance, one could tell that the pearl was specially made to store the magical corruption gas. Seeing Chen Xiang do this, she could obviously guess that Chen Xiang had kept the magical corruption gas in his body. If she were to recklessly attack Chen Xiang, she might get killed by him using the magical corruption gas. Many things that could not be explained in the past had now become reasonable. For example, if Chen Xiang had magical corruption gases, then it would make sense for him to assassinate over 100 strong warriors overnight in Pill City. As the demon empress of the Demon Charming Association, LV Qinlian was a poison expert, and there were many strong warriors in the Heaven Realm who were afraid of her. If they knew that she had something like the magical corruption gas, those people who hated her for a long time would definitely help, so Chen Xiang was not afraid that she would reveal this secret. As the demon empress of the Demon Charming Association, LV Qinlian was a poison expert, and there were many strong warriors in the Heaven Realm who were afraid of her. If they knew that she had something like the magical corruption gas, those people who hated her for a long time would definitely help, so Chen Xiang was not afraid that she would reveal this secret. "You really have a lot of beads." Chen Xiang had sent many magical corruption gas in, but he still felt that there was a lot of SPAC inside. "I'm afraid for all these years, only you dared to store magical corruption gas in your body. If you are going to use it, you must be careful. Being discovered is not a joke. Even someone as strong as Bai Ziqian would have to run for their lives. LV Qinlian said. Is Bai Ziqian very strong? From her tone, it seemed that Bai Ziqian was much stronger than her. Of course she's very strong, she's my senior. She disappeared for so many years and reappeared in the heaven realm, causing a stir in the three great heaven realms, but I don't know why she used magical corruption gas to kill an immortal king. After that, she became wanted by the three great heaven realm. LV Qinlian sighed lightly. Otherwise, I would have been able to exchange pointers with her. Is that immortal king very powerful? Chen Xiang asked again. He guessed that the immortal king that Bai Ziqian had killed should be related to Bai Yuyu, and Bai Ziqian had been befriended by him. Although the relations Hi+P between the two sisters seemed very cold, the deep down their hearts were indeed very deep. Of course it's powerful, that's the king among the immortals. Although I'm called the Demon Empress, it's only because I used poison wushuang, and I still have a distance away from the immortal king in terms of strength. Otherwise, Bai Ziqian wouldn't have used the magical corruption gas to kill the immortal king. LV Qinlian looked at the pearl in Chen Xiang's palm. The light emitting from the pearl was getting brighter and brighter, which meant that there were more and more magical corruption gas inside. Bai Ziqian is still a bit away from becoming a celestial king, but it's extremely difficult to kill that celestial king, so the only way is to use the magical corruption gas. That's right. LV Qinlian extended her jade hand and said, It's already full, this is enough for me to use for a very long time. To be able to get this much in one go, it truly is not easy. LV Qinlian was very happy. Although magical corruption gases were taboo, there were still many poison masters that had gotten their hands on them. It was just that none of them had been discovered, but not every poison master had the chance to obtain so many. Chen Xiang also received the Holy Lotus Seed. This transaction had also made him very happy, so he hadn't lost anything. It can't be that I've emptied you out, right? LV Qinlian put away the pearl and smiled sweetly. Of course not, even if I have the time, I can still go to the demon and devil sinkhole to gather them, there is no end to it. Chen Xiang laughed. You better be careful of this magical corruption gas, don't kill yourself, although I am not afraid of this, but I have seen many people die from this. LV Qinlian laughed tenderly. Those people were all killed by you, right? I didn't expect you to also be a poison expert, no wonder you aren't afraid of me. Oh yes, I heard from Gu Dongchen that you are also selling pills, and that there are a lot of rare and precious herbs in Demon Charming Association, so eating them directly is not as effective as selling pills. You can look for Hua Xiangyue in the Dan Fragrance Pure Land. She is my junior nephew, and is also a very powerful alchemist. When you go look for him, just say that I let you go. Chen Xiang wanted Hua Xiangyue and the Demon Empress to get on good terms with each other. In the future, Dan Fragrance Pure Land would follow his example, and those ancient powers would not dare to make a move against them. Oh right, why did you ask me about Bai Ziqian? You know her? LV Qinlian was very curious about this. He had only become famous in the heaven realm many years ago, but Chen Xiang actually knew about it. I just happened to pick up an ancient book from time to time, and it records that this venomous witch had once used a magical corruption gas. Thus, I was curious to find out. I want to use a magical corruption gas more appropriately. Chen Xiang casually made up a reason. That's true, many years ago, Bai Ziqian had a magical corruption gas. LV Qinlian nodded his head. If I meet her in the future, I will tell her the difference between us. You know so many magical corruption gas, she will definitely be very interested in you. LV Qinlian still wanted to protect the Fey girl that she brought with her, so she didn't chat with Chen Xiang for too long and left the valley together with him. Chen Xiang also wanted to go find Duan Chong and the others. If you have the chance in the future, You must come to our demon charming association. LV Qinlian laughed. I'm afraid I've been bewitched by your little demoness. Chen Xiang laughed. Just as they were about to separate, the dark clouds in the sky suddenly pressed down, and a massive black beast fell down like a giant boulder SMAs. HI+ing into the ground and producing a loud bang sound. In the blink of an eye, the ground was covered by a dense mass of sky demons like a black tide crazily HI+ing towards a single direction. These things actually fell from the sky? Chen Xiang looked at the sky demon that was still falling from the sky and was a little surprised. There are a lot of them. I don't know how they came about, but their overall strength isn't weak either. Every time, hundreds of thousands of heavenly demons would descend. LV Qinlian looked into the distance. That place isn't where our demon charming association is. There doesn't seem to be any forces gathering there. Why are there so many sky demons passing by? Then I must go and take a look. Chen Xiang needed to kill a large number of sky demons, and the energy source stones inside the sky demon's body would allow him to quickly raise his innate qi. Be careful. LV Qinlian was not that worried, because Chen Xiang could kill Heaven Devil King. Chen Xiang hid within the black clouds in the sky and looked at the tens of thousands of enormous sky demons on the ground that were like a surging tide. This aura is very familiar, could it be? Chen Xiang's body suddenly trembled. It's the little Baldy. Why is he here? This was Wu Keiming's aura, and he was the only one fighting there. Chen Xiang immediately increased his speed and flew towards the place where the great battle was taking place. Wu Keiming was indeed stronger than him, but to deal with this kind of sky demon, he would need to be stronger than most of the other rankers. Very quickly, he saw that Wu Keiming was covered in blood, and was fighting with a man with 3 heads and 6 arms. That man should be the Sky Demon Emperor, no doubt, just a sovereign king. The little Baldy can't beat the Heaven Devil King, and there are so many little sky demons around. Chen Xiang looked at the Heaven Devil King with 3 heads and 6 arms. This Heaven Devil King's body was covered in a layer of green-black skin, and was very tall and thin. However, those 3 arms were extremely flexible and powerful. The strength of these 3 sky demons were very strong, and Wu Keiming could barely defend against them. However, as the countless sky demons came closer, Wu Keiming found it harder and harder to do so. How come he doesn't have a single helper? Chen Xiang scooped out the green dragon demon-slain broadsword and immediately rushed towards the 3 sky demons. How come he doesn't have a single helper? Chen Xiang scooped out the green dragon demon-slain broadsword and immediately rushed towards the 3 sky demons. Little Baldy, deal with those little heavenly demons. Leave this big fellow to me. Chen Xiang shouted. His divine blade flashed, striking out a green lightning dragon, roaring at the 3 sky demons. Green dragon demon-slain broadsword? You are the one who killed the Shadow King? The 3 mouths of the 3 sky demons said at the same time, and 6 black chi gushed out of his 6 palms, condensing into 6 black energy BALLs that flew towards the roaring green dragon at the same time. Boom! 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 The angry green dragon collided with the 6 BALLs of death energy, causing a violent explosion. The world was covered with rolling thunder sounds, and the heavenly demons nearby were also smashed into pieces by the energy waves. That trash was indeed killed by me. Today you will also die in my hands. As Chen Xiang spoke, he slashed a few times with his blade. The dragon power and the devil-suppressing holy power collided inside the divine blade, producing an even more powerful force. A few golden-white holy dragons carried a kind of sacred energy, letting out earth-shattering dragon roars, covering their powerful dragon claws, and flying towards the 3 sky demons like rainbows. 3 sky demons were shocked, the power of devil-suppressing holy power was unleashed through the green dragon demon-slain broadsword S. The three-headed sky demon seemed to have met the devil-suppressing heavenly venerable. His entire body was in shock. When the few golden dragons attacked him, he reacted, waving his 6 arms up and down. A sinister, terrifying blood-red skull enveloped him. When Chen Xiang's blade energy, which was transformed into a dragon, collided with the skull, it was actually all absorbed by the black holes above. "Junior Marshal Uncle, do you need help?" Wu Kaming asked from afar as he was busy dealing with the little demons on the ground. "No need." Chen Xiang held his blade up. The devil-suppressing holy power in his body surged, causing his entire body to look like a great demon slaughterer radiating with holy light. He came to the front of the 3 sky demons, raising his green dragon demon-slain broadsword. Lightning suddenly appeared in the sky, and all the spirit energy in the area was affected by some sort of force, dancing in the air, releasing waves after waves of lightning that converged onto Chen Xiang's body. At this time, it was as if Chen Xiang was in the middle of an electric net that covered the sky, crazily gathering lightning, and 2 of the huge skull's black eyes that were below him shot out 2 streams of black qi, turned into 2 sinister and terrifying ghost hands, and grabbed towards Chen Xiang's chest while howling in pain. "Humph!" Chen Xiang snorted as multicolored light shone from his body for miles, immediately purifying the black aura that was about to attack him. At the same time, the lightning in the sky disappeared, while the divine blade shone with lightning. Thunder slash. Plus, the green dragon demon-slain broadsword immediately flickered with countless of dragon-like lightning bolts, illuminating the entire sky which was covered by the black clouds. As the divine blade slashed down, the entire ground trembled, and the ground was even more so torn apart by the terrifying pressure released by the divine blade. The black cloud in the sky also retreated to 2 sides, and at the same time, the green dragon demon-slain broadsword slashed down onto the seemingly indestructible skull. Boom! When the lightning cleaved down, the ground cracked and the sun and moon were shaken. That skull was shattered with an explosive sound that shook the heaven thunder purgatory, and the 3 sky demons inside were also cleaved into 2. Chen Xiang's hair danced wildly as the winds and clouds in the sky madly surged. He punched towards the sky, and a boundless devil-suppressing holy power surged out of his body. Demon-subduing heavenly thunder array. This is a very powerful great formation within the devil-suppressing chi array. Wu Kaming was shocked. "I never thought that using the devil-suppressing holy power would be so terrifying." The great formation spun crazily, the holy light shone onto the ground, and the heavenly demon bodies melted under the holy light, being sucked into the high sky, all entering the demon bestowal heavenly thunder array. Even the 2 halves of the 3 sky demons were sucked up and refined inside. Chen Xiang was going to use these sky demons to condense another higher quality sky demon flower pill. The spirit energy was controlled by Chen Xiang using his G.O. delay powers and clashed against each other, exploding out with waves of terrifying power of thunder and lightning. One after another, thunder and lightning were all connected to the formation, like a gigantic net made of heaven and earth, intimidating all the demons in the sky and the sky demons on the ground. "Come up here!" Chen Xiang roared, and the ground started to tremble slightly. The sky demons who were burnt by the holy light started to float up, and started to enter the demon bestowal lightning formation. In just an instant, all the sky demons on the ground disappeared, and the devil cloud had already dispersed, returning to its calm state. Chen Xiang released the demon bestowal heavenly thunder array, which was slowly shrinking until it turned into a ball of light the size of a fist. "Junior Marshal Uncle, what is this?" Before Wu Kaming could finish his question, he saw Chen Xiang swallow the sky devil flower pill and then smile at him. Something edible. After Chen Xiang ate the heaven demon flower pill, the innate qi in his body's meridians became like a raging river. A huge amount of innate qi started surging in his meridians, as though it was being refined. What are you going to do about it? Where is the sky demon? The innate chi flowed in Chen Xiang's body, the white chi outside his body surged, carrying out such a crazy refinement, it made his blood boil. He wished that he could kill even more sky demons to break through his bottleneck. Wu Keiming heaved a deep sigh. Junior Master, please follow me. Many of the hidden places of the powers are surrounded by the sky demons. No, it should be enough for you to eat. Chen Xiang followed Wu Keiming as they flew towards a place that was filled with dense demonic qi. Chen Xiang was still refining the heavenly demon flower pill he had just consumed, and from afar, he could sense that was there, and at that moment, the demonic qi was also secretly surging, as they could sense the threat. I was targeted while I was on patrol. In order to prevent these sky demons from discovering our hiding place, I had no choice but to lure them away. Who knew that I would run into a sovereign king? Luckily, this fellow isn't that strong. Wu Keiming said. How did the lad arrange it? Chen Xiang asked. This way, we will form a very strong group. Unless we have no other choice, we do not want to have any conflicts with the sky demons, so as far as possible, we can let the ancient powers go against the sky demon army. Wu Keiming said. Wu Keiming suddenly flew into a rage, but some ancient powers actually lured these sky demons over to our side. We have already found out which factions these are from. Purple Moon Imperial Land and Feng Clan will definitely have a share. Chen Xiang's voice was ice-cold. Looking in front of him, his two eyes shot out two streaks of golden light. That's right, they are very vicious. They have led the sky demons to some other powerhouses, and even the Peach Blossom Imperial Land was set up by them. The Peach Blossom Imperial Land's Lady Peach Blossom even asked us for help, and not long ago, the leader had already arranged for people to come over. Gu Dongchen said. Chen Xiang sneered. Take me to the place where Peach Blossom Imperial Land is staying. First, save Peach Blossom Imperial Land, then eliminate the Sky Demon, and lastly, suppress Purple Moon Imperial Land and the others. All right, my super martial school will definitely settle this score with them, Wu Keiming said as he simmered with anger. If he could unite multiple powers, then he would definitely cause these ancient powers, such as the Purple Moon Imperial Land and the Purple Moon Imperial Land, to pay a huge price here. All right, my super martial school will definitely settle this score with them, Wu Keiming said as he simmered with anger. If he could unite multiple powers, then he would definitely cause these ancient powers, such as the Purple Moon Imperial Land and the Purple Moon Imperial Land, to pay a huge price here. During the primordial era, the Peach Blossom Imperial Land did not try to sell out the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord with those ancient powers and had always been neutral. But now, those ancient powers had always wanted to drag the Peach Blossom Imperial Land down with them, so they secretly contacted the great clan elder of the Peach Blossom Imperial Land to try to use this to defeat Yao Shumi. Now, the Peach Blossom Imperial Land was completely in Yao Shumi's control, but the Peach Blossom Imperial Land was teaming up with the Chen Martial Continent. Those ancient powers were worried that the Peach Blossom Imperial Land would become their enemy in the future, so they planned to eliminate them in the Heaven Thunder Purgatory. Chen Xiang and Wu Keiming headed towards the hiding place of the Peach Blossom Imperial Land. Under Yao Shumi's control, the Peach Blossom Imperial Land had always kept a low profile, but he was still very strong. Far away, the mountain range was surrounded by a group of pitch-black heavenly demons. That mountain range was protected by a very powerful array. The heavenly demons were unable to enter, but the array was slowly being devoured by these heavenly demons. The countless beast-type sky demons let out eerie howls as black B.A.L.L.S. of evil chi shot out of their mouths and bombarded the big array. The entire mountain range was surrounded by these sky demons. If stacked up, it would be even higher than that mountain range. So many, Wu Keiming saw them from afar and couldn't help but Hi plus ver. Chen Xiang never thought that there would be so many of them. In front of him, there was a large area of land that was filled with beast-type sky demons, and they were like a vast ocean with no end in sight. If the Peach Blossom Imperial Land can escape this calamity, it seems that we will become enemies with the ancient powers, and we will have another ally, Wu Kaming said. All the sects and families in the human realm thought that there would be a war with the ancient powers sooner or later. The ambitions of those ancient powers slowly surfaced. They were starting to swallow up and destroy some small sections. In the future, they would definitely kill those forces that opposed them just to dominate this world. Chen Xiang's eyes shone with a strange light, as if a big table of appetizers was placed in front of him. Right now, he felt that there were not enough sky demons. Long Shui suddenly said, "Look over there, a few people just flew out." Chen Xiang looked in the direction that Long Shui pointed, and sure enough, there were a few people with a layer of evil aura quietly sneaking out from the sea of the sky demons. These must be the guys who lured the sky demons over. I can't let them return alive. Chen Xiang took a few steps forward, and with a few flashes, he arrived above those people. You must be the Purple Moon Imperial Land, Chen Xiang said with a cold smile. That useless leader of yours has already died in my hands, and you bunch of people don't know how to behave yourself. Chen Xiang, it's you, a middle-aged man said in shock. In their eyes, since Chen Xiang could kill their powerful leader, he must be very strong. Chen Xiang released his genuine qi of 5 elements, condensing a 3,000-meter-tall mountain in the air, releasing 2 gigantic hands, surrounding the mountain and SMAs. Plus-ing fiercely towards the few people. At the same time, countless of angry rivers appeared behind him, allowing him to condense an extremely terrifying might. Although it looked heavy and heavy, its speed was not slow at all. In just a single exchange, it caused the few Purple Moon Imperial Lands to be smashed down, pressing onto the ground, and sticking together with the blood and flesh of the sky demons. However, they did not die. Chen Xiang released the devil-suppressing holy power, dove down, and stepped heavily on the chest of a middle-aged man, directly breaking his breastbone, causing the middle-aged man to let out a scream. You! An important figure, who is even more powerful than the leader, has already descended from the heaven realm. He has even brought along a very powerful immortal beast as well. I have already killed your leader. No matter what, the Purple Moon Imperial Land will not let me go, so what if I let you guys go? Do you think that only you people can control the Purple Moon Imperial Land? Chen Xiang mocked. A few rays of light shot out from his forehead, using the soul-absorbing devil spell, entering their sea of consciousness, trying to find any information regarding the Purple Moon Imperial Land. Unfortunately, these people's sea of consciousness all had the ability to protect themselves. As long as they were invaded, they would self-destruct. The beast-type sky demons piled up like a mountain around Chen Xiang, but they did not dare get too close to him. The holy light emitted from Chen Xiang's body shone onto them, as though they were being burnt. Some of the sky demons had already shed a layer of skin, but the sky demons that did not have any intelligence became even more furious, and continued to roar at Chen Xiang. This was a Tai Chi dragon formation. It could produce an extremely terrifying suction force. Now that Chen Xiang had released the fire from the Fire God method, as long as the sky demon were to be attracted here, they would all be melted into a pure innate qi by him. In the blink of an eye, it had expanded to more than 300 meters, and all the surrounding heavenly demons were completely engulfed by the Tai Chi dragon formation. Watching from high up in the sky, Wu Kaming only felt that the shocking Tai Chi dragon formation was like a bottomless abyss. Countless sky demons rushed towards Chen Xiang in a frenzy. The moment they came into contact with the Tai Chi dragon formation, they would be melted and set ablaze. The energy source stones in their bodies immediately melted and turned into innate qi gust. Hi+ing into Chen Xiang's dantian. In order to speed up the smelting of these sky demons, Chen Xiang increased the size of the Tai Chi dragon formation beneath his feet, covering an area of 500 kilometers. Moreover, his body had already reached the large success stage of the immortal devil body. The interior of every meridian was as wide as a great river, and they could quickly absorb or spurt out large amounts of innate qi. There were a lot of sky demons, so Chen Xiang's devouring speed was fast enough, but it would take a period of time before he could completely digest them. This large group of sky demons were currently held down by Chen Xiang. Although they were all spitting out streams of evil qi towards Chen Xiang, as long as they entered the Tai Chi Dragon formation, they would all be purified. The people in Peach Blossom Imperial Land had always been preparing to fight with the countless sky demons. Their great formation had always been trembling, but now it suddenly quieted down, and Yao Shumi couldn't help but run out to investigate. 1 http .com/no bulletproof windows. Yao Shumi flew out from the mountain range, and when she saw Chen Xiang, who was not far away, using his unparalleled divine powers to deal with the sky demons, she was extremely surprised. Her beautiful face was filled with surprise and joy. The devil-suppressing holy power that Chen Xiang cultivated was what these sky demons feared the most. When Chen Xiang used this kind of power to deal with the sky demons, it was like Cruise.H.I+ing ant. Yao Shumi flew out from the mountain range, and when she saw Chen Xiang, who was not far away, using his unparalleled divine powers to deal with the sky demons, she was extremely surprised. Her beautiful face was filled with surprise and joy. The devil-suppressing holy power that Chen Xiang cultivated was what these sky demons feared the most. When Chen Xiang used this kind of power to deal with the sky demons, it was like Cruise.H.I+ing ants. Thank you very much for coming. Yao Shumi came to Wu Kaming's side and said gratefully. No need to thank me. Junior Master should be compensating your Peach Blossom Imperial Land. Wu Kaming laughed. Looks like we don't have to fight anymore. We can just stay here and watch. The great clan elder of the Peach Blossom Imperial Land and some other elders with decent strength could not come back, so it was easy to guess that Chen Xiang was involved, which was why Wu Kaming said that. The great clan elder colluded with outsiders and wanted the Peach Blossom Imperial Land to walk onto a path that our ancestors opposed. Although their deaths caused great losses for the Peach Blossom Imperial Land, it also prevented the Peach Blossom Imperial Land from falling into danger for the time being. Yao Shumi sighed helplessly. The Jinyuan granules in Chen Xiang's body started to light up one by one. The 5-beast statues in his dantian seemed to be connected to many rivers. The innate qi crazily rushed inside, creating many Jinyuan granules that could hold innate qi. It's not fast enough yet. Chen Xiang felt that the refining speed in his dantian couldn't keep up with the speed at which the innate qi was being absorbed. It made him suddenly feel as if he was watching the movement of countless stars under a clear night sky. The movement of countless stars in his mind right now was exactly the way the movement of the stars in the sky was going through, the movement of countless stars at the same time, creating a profound formation, allowing the energy to react in a variety of ways, sometimes forming a line in the middle of a star, which was also a spirit grain. This star S.H.I+FT diagram contained the charm of a natural great way of the Buddha. Chen Xiang quickly immersed himself in it, and let the Jinyuan granule in his dantian, which was one of the 5-beast statue, be arranged according to the vast sea of stars in the diagram. This was a very rare opportunity, and he definitely would not let it go so easily. He had just obtained the celestial slaying method, and was able to comprehend a few of its main points, and this made him extremely excited. It gave off an indescribable feeling, as if this Tai Chi dragon formation was birthed from the earth. At the same time, all the devil clouds in the sky were sucked down, and a clear night sky suddenly appeared. Countless stars S.H.I+net on the ground, but when the star energy entered the ground, it was all absorbed by the Tai Chi dragon formation. What is my junior master doing? Wu Kaming was startled. He suddenly felt that Chen Xiang in front of him was very illusionary, as if he had merged with the world, and the Tai Chi dragon formation became even bigger, extending to the feet of all the sky demons around them. In just an instant, all the sky demons had fallen into the Tai Chi dragon formation, while Chen Xiang's body was frantically refining the innate Qi. Some of the expelled waste gas gushed out of his body, and let out waves of whoo's. Hi+ing sounds. He seems to be absorbing the energy of the heaven and earth, using the earth to absorb it. It's too terrifying, Wu Keiming groaned. Yao Shumi saw that Chen Xiang was absorbing the spirit energy around him without end, and couldn't help but become worried, because their peach blossom imperial land was stationed here, and there was a piece of sparite vein below them. Wait, he doesn't seem to be absorbing spirit energy. Wu Keiming suddenly raised his head to look at the sky and saw the gigantic meteors descending. Quickly take away your peach blossom imperial land's disciples, Junior Master has gone mad. Wu Keiming suddenly saw a huge white star falling from the sky, and shouted out. Yao Shumi was so shocked that his face turned pale. This kind of power could only be obtained by using heaven-earth killing method S to bring down stars in the star domain. At this moment, Chen Xiang was only using his strong divine power and the power of the stars that was Hi+ing down to absorb a star that was close to the ground. Yao Shumi immediately brought all the disciples away from the mountain range. Fortunately, the white star was not easily taken down, as it seemed to be resisting Chen Xiang's power. In the distance, a group of people watched with wide eyes as a gigantic white star that could destroy a continent slowly descended. The force generated caused the ground to crack and crack. Not long ago, when Chen Xiang was in Pill City, her strength was only at the same level as hers. When she met these heavenly girls, she had to retreat, but now she felt that holding on for 10 moves was already very good. Only 10 Heaven's Supreme Lord had mastered the heaven-defying art of devouring stars back then. Being able to see it with their own eyes now had scared a large number of people silly. Chen Xiang's eyes shone with a white light. He raised his head and looked at the gigantic white star, roaring angrily. He waved his fist and smashed at it. The vast dragon power rushed out and turned into a gigantic dragon fist, SMAs. Hi+ing onto the white star. Boom! The mountain-like dragon fist smashed onto the white star, creating a huge wave of energy. The mountain for miles was flattened, and only the mountain range where the peach blossom imperial land was still intact. The white star was not destroyed by one punch, but seeing this, Chen Xiang threw out another punch. Boom, boom, boom. Chen Xiang had also used the 9th level of devil subduing method to execute his punches, increasing the number of dragon power disciples by several times. That kind of power was as though he wanted to smash the heavens, and with every punch, he caused everyone to be shocked. However, he could only grind some of the dust off the white star. The mountain range where Peach Blossom Imperial Land was previously at was also destroyed by the waves of Qi, becoming flat ground. The strength that Chen Xiang was currently displaying far surpassed his own level, because this was no longer his strength anymore. He was borrowing the strength of the Earth's power to blast apart this star, smash it into pieces, and then engulf it. After 1,000 consecutive punches, a few cracks suddenly appeared on the surface of the white star. The intense light rays from the myriad Tao were like countless sharp swords, seemingly wanting to pierce through time and shoot out from those cracks. Boom! An explosive sound shook the entire galaxy, splitting the earth as if the entire heaven thunder purgatory was about to be torn apart by the sound, shaking everyone's soul. The stars that emitted the blinding white light suddenly split apart, exploding into pieces of small stones, and all fell into the Tai Chi dragon formation on the ground. They transformed into an incomparably majestic innate Qi, and poured into Chen Xiang's body. Chen Xiang felt that if he were to experience a major change in cultivation method, it would no longer be like the path that Huang Jintian had taught him before. It was also because he had suddenly comprehended the celestial slain method. In order to let him succeed in his transformation, the ground-killing God slain method and celestial slain method suddenly gave birth to a strange power. He took down a star from the sky, and even used the power of the earth to destroy the star. The broken pieces of the white star that fell to the ground instantly disappeared. In just a few blinks of an eye, the originally enormous white star disappeared from the eyes of the crowd, while the aura on Chen Xiang's body surged and surged, giving others the feeling that he was the core of the star. The broken pieces of the white star that fell to the ground instantly disappeared. In just a few blinks of an eye, the originally enormous white star disappeared from the eyes of the crowd, while the aura on Chen Xiang's body surged and surged, giving others the feeling that he was the core of the star. At this time, Chen Xiang was still immersed in the celestial slain method's natural circulation. The 5 beast statues inside his body had their mouths wide open, drinking the surging innate qi, while the Jinyuan granules all flew out from inside the beast statues, floated above them and formed a stellar transposition map. It was because of this stellar transposition map that Chen Xiang was able to borrow the power of the earth and forcefully pull out a star from the ground, and also shatter it. The ground was filled with Taiji Yin and Yang map, while the 4 sides and the center were filled with 5 gigantic beast statues. The heaven and earth beasts had already been formed, and the God slain method was just like the ground killing, which was located in the divine sense sea, but he had yet to find the beast slain method. But the Taiji dragon suppressed Kung Fu and the 4-phase magic Kung Fu seemed to be able to replace them. That was why after he comprehended the celestial slain method, his Dantian underwent such a huge change. The change was not complete yet. Following the interaction between the revolving star passage technique and the Taiji Yin and Yang map, more and more innate qi were being absorbed, and after the Jinyuan granules in the 5 beast statues formed the revolving star passage technique, they became empty. The 5 gigantic beast statues originally had a faint glow, but now it was extremely dark, and it was unknown when they would be able to awaken the 5 powerful beast statues. However, as Chen Xiang was frantically devouring energy, 3 large balls of air were formed inside the 5 beast statue's body, causing the 5 beast statue to suddenly shine with a red light. The current brightness was even brighter than the time when they owned the Jinyuan granule, which surprised Chen Xiang, because he did not know whether this was good or bad. What the hell is this guy doing? He did not empty the sparite vein he only absorbed that star. How did he do it? Could it be that he has already cultivated the heaven-earth killing method to a very profound level? The Tai Chi dragon array below Chen Xiang's feet suddenly slowed down a lot, as if it was about to stop. Moreover, the multicolored light also dimmed a lot, and as the Tai Chi dragon array slowly shrunk, the multicolored light on Chen Xiang's body became stronger and stronger, causing people to not be able to see his body, and they only felt that he was a ball of strong light. Amongst the 5 beast statue in Chen Xiang's Dantian, those ses of air were frantically gathering and absorbing the remnants of the star's power swiftly. Suddenly, Chen Xiang's Dantian released the roars of dragons and tigers, the roars of the scarlet peak, OCK turtle, and the majestic roar of the elephant in the middle. The 5 beast statues seemed to suddenly come to life, and at the same time, caused Chen Xiang's body to be filled with energy. Amongst the 5 beast statue, each of them had 3 pearls, which were of different colors. They emitted a colorful glow and illuminated the entire Dantian world. When Chen Xiang woke up, even he was shocked. He had never felt that the 5 beast statue had such dense vitality, and that they would bring him even more powerful strength. Little scoundrel, you monster, how are you able to condense a heavenly core right now? That's something only immortals can have, and right now, you're not only condensing one, but 15, Long Shui shouted crazily. She couldn't believe that she was actually condensing a heavenly core right now. Chen Xiang was surprised. No wonder these beads are so familiar, it is actually a heaven pellet. Long Shui said with a little bit of jealousy. Your current strength should be at the Nirvana tribulations. The falling star should have turned into a robbery power to deal with you, but who would have known that it would be refined by you? If I were to pass through the 9 Nirvana tribulations, each beast statue would have a total of 9 heavenly pellets, Qin Xiang said excitedly. This heaven pellet is a little too small. You think it's too small? How about you give me a few pills? I will definitely only be able to cultivate twin dragon pearls. You little monster can actually cultivate many pills, Long Shui said with jealousy. Qin Xiang never thought that he would undergo the 3rd tribulation in such a way. Right now, his strength had indeed risen by a lot, but what made him gloomy was that the celestial slain method had only circulated smoothly for a short period of time before disappearing. Wu Kaming saw Qin Xiang standing dumbfoundedly on the ground that was covered with layers of skin, and called out. Qin Xiang regained his senses, and in a flash, he arrived beside Wu Kaming, startling both Wu Kaming and Yao Shumi. He, Madam Peach Blossom, we meet again. The fragrance coming from you and your daughter's body is pretty much the same. Qin Xiang shamelessly took in a deep breath, making him snort with a smile. Yao Shumi had always wanted to talk to Qin Xiang. Although they had met a few times and didn't have the chance to talk about it in detail, it seemed that he didn't need to talk about it anymore. Sorry about losing your territory, I couldn't control myself at the time, Qin Xiang apologized. That's nothing, you've even helped us a lot, Yao Shumi said quickly. Junior Marshal Uncle, what were you doing just now? Wu Kaming asked. Qin Xiang scratched his head and laughed. I was crossing Nirvana Doom. With my current strength, I am still unable to make the stars come down, but I can do that in the future. Wu Kaming was shocked. Yao Shumi and Mu Jialan were the same as well, because they were very close to Qin Xiang. At such a distance, it was very easy for them to be dragged into it. Don't worry, you guys are fine, Qin Xiang laughed. Wu Kaming looked as if he had barely escaped death, and heaved a sigh of relief. He silently cursed Qin Xiang a few times in his heart, to think that he would be able to get through the tribulation in such a situation. Madam Peach Blossom, you should get together with us, Qin Marshal Continent. It will be safer this way. When we return to discuss it with Senior Brother Zun, we can go and suppress them, Wu Kaming said. Yao Shumi's face sank as she nodded her head. The reason why Purple Moon Imperial Land and the rest had attracted so many sky demons was to make sure that some of the Heaven Devil King appeared. Qin Xiang said, if you want to deal with the Purple Moon Imperial Land, you should just go out and deal with them. Leave the ones inside to me, so what if you guys attack here, you should fight them outside to vent your anger. I will go and see where the sky demons are coming from. We can't stay here forever. I might not be able to defeat all of you, but it won't be a problem dealing with those Heaven Devil King's goodbye. Qin Xiang had already had a sense of direction, after devouring so many sky demons. He could feel that these sky demons had been settling down here with grudges for many years, absorbing a large amount of pure spirit energy to form into their flesh and blood. They possessed strong power, so if they succeeded in transforming, they could still become Heaven Devil King. Watching Qin Xiang leave, Yao Shumi and Wu Kaming brought a large group of Peach Blossom Imperial Land's disciples and quickly left. Qin Xiang not only wanted to find a place where the sky demons gathered, he also wanted to find a place like the Purple Moon Imperial Land, which would bring trouble to others with their sky demons. If possible, he also wanted to find a few Heaven Devil Kings at the sky demons' gathering point and use their own methods to deal with them. Qin Xiang ran wildly in the Heaven Thunder Purgatory for 2 days, looking for the place with the densest devil clouds. He did not find anything, but he did find some traces of a huge battle, left behind by Duan Chong and the others. Elder Duan brought those guys to wreak havoc everywhere. I wonder how their current strength is. Qin Xiang traced along the remaining weak auras and searched for Duan Chong. These auras were also left behind on purpose by Duan Chong, otherwise, he wouldn't have discovered them. Duan Chong brought Yun Xiaodao and the other three out to check on the results of their training, and also to teach them the Duan clan's secret arts during their battles. At the beginning, it was rather smooth. Duan Chong brought Yun Xiaodao and the other three out to check on the results of their training, and also to teach them the Duan clan's secret arts during their battles. At the beginning, it was rather smooth. Originally, Duan Chong had only suspected that they would meet a lot of sky demons when they first arrived, but who knew that when they arrived, they actually met a lot of sky demons, and there were even a few Heaven Devil Kings who were powerful enough to make them suffer under the pursuit of a large number of sky demons. If Duan Chong didn't have to take care of Yun Xiaodao and the others, he would have stopped his battle with the two Heaven Devil Kings. In order to get out of this predicament, he had to leave some of his presents behind so that Chen Xiang could find traces of them. It would be much easier for Chen Xiang to deal with these Heaven Devil King than him. Duan Chong and a few other little ghosts were hiding within the wasteland formed by numerous rocks and numerous small mountains. There were also many sky demons searching for them within the wasteland. Elder Duan, is this the right path? Why haven't we arrived at the Feng clan's lair yet? Yun Xiaodao asked. Originally, they planned to fight against the sky demon army behind while waiting for Chen Xiang to arrive, but when they reached here, Duan Chong suddenly said that he sensed a familiar aura. Duan Chong said, "There are some traces of formations nearby. I can see that it is a technique that the Feng clan use, and it is very easy to distinguish the qi emitted by their Feng clan." Boom! A small stone mountain, about 100 feet tall, was smashed apart by a black humanoid heavenly demon's head. The crushed stones flew into the air and fell to the ground like raindrops. Damn. It, I really want to go out and kill that fellow. Zhu Rong cursed and released a type of innate qi that was hard to detect, forming a barrier to block the falling stones. Don't waste your energy on these things. What we need to do is to lure them to the territory of the Feng clan and wait for those guys to come out to deal with these sky demons, then we can take the chance to sneak and attack. Duan Chong laughed sinisterly. The older the wiser. XV Weilong nodded. If I'm not wrong, the Feng clan used the formation plate that they inherited from their ancestors and released an illusionary array to hide them here. I have to think of a way to break this array. Duan Chong said to Yun Xiaodao and the rest, "All of you hide behind this rock and do not run around. If you are discovered, do not retaliate. Those Heaven Devil Kings are not something you can handle." Not long after Duan Chong left, Yun Xiaodao and the others saw a few people flying out from an empty wasteland, attracting the gazes of the sky demons. Lien Mingdong anxiously said, "These are the people from the Feng clan. They want to lure the sky demons away, and do not let them succeed. Why is Elder Duan not back yet?" Rumble. The army of millions of sky demons started to rush out, chasing after the few Feng clans in the sky. "We can't wait for him, we have to take action." Xiao Chou attacked as soon as he said it. The spiritual energy in his body violently surged to his two fists and legs, then he rushed towards the direction in which Feng clan and the others were flying. He guessed that that was where Feng clan was hiding. Xiao Chou's footsteps were like that of a giant at the top of the sky. Every step he took caused the earth to tremble. When he started to run, the ground to shake, and the sound of rolling thunder could be heard. Yun Xiaodao and Zhu Rong both held a long blade in their hands, and rushed towards the group of sky demons, sweeping across in the distance. In a short moment, they had cut many gigantic sky demons in half. XV Weilong used a secret technique of the Lotus Island. A lotus flower petal appeared under Yun Xiaodao's and Zhu Rong's feet, which could move quickly and recover the strength that Yun Xiaodao had expended, and the barrier that was released also had a strong defensive power. He controlled the two sides, which were carrying Yun Xiaodao and Zhu Rong, to wildly kill within the sky demon army. Tingying flew high into the sky, turned into a gigantic Kylin thunder eagle, flapped his steel wings, and started to swish his blade-like feathers like a storm. Accompanied by astral wind and lightning, he swept across the entire sky demon army, killing a large portion of them with a few blows. When the elders of Feng clan saw this, they were immediately angered, and were about to pull the huge army of millions of sky demons away, but who knew that a few young men would suddenly jump out and attack the sky demon army, infuriating them. "Aren't they the little ghosts from Super Martial School? I heard that they have just been expelled. Now, even if we kill them, it's no big deal." An old man of Feng clan with a cold voice dove towards Zhu Rong. "D.A.M. And Fatty, an old man has attacked you." Lien Mingdong anxiously transmitted to Zhu Rong and Yun Xiaodao. F***K this old fellow to death. "No problem." Zhu Rong and Yun Xiaodao answered at the same time. Lien Mingdong controlled the lotus disc, bringing along Yun Xiaodao and Zhu Rong as they swiftly moved. At the same time, he also released many white-colored lotuses, allowing the little lotuses to strike at the Feng clan elder. Although they were blocked by the Feng clan elder, the little lotuses still exploded into bursts of white mist. "Now is the time." Lien Mingdong and Yun Xiaodao jumped off the lotus seat and flew at an extremely fast speed towards the old man from Feng clan. Both of them unleashed their strongest and fastest blades, SLAs. Plussing the old man from Feng clan into the white mist. Little B, ASTARD. When an old man in the air saw this, he immediately roared in anger. "Stop fighting, quickly come over!" Xiao Chou shouted. At this moment he was already blocked by a large array, and was using the violent power of the great strength race to smash into the formation. The few of them immediately ran towards where Xiao Chou was, with a large number of sky demons roaring angrily as they ran behind them. Although they had just been killed quite a number, they were nothing in the millions of sky demons that had gathered, not to mention that there were even more devil clouds floating in the sky right now, causing many of the devils to fall down from the devil clouds, as if they were endless. The Feng clan seniors looked furious, their eyes were bloodshot and filled with rage. These little bastards did it on purpose. An old man clenched his fists tightly and rushed towards Yun Xiaodao and the others. Yun Xiaodao and the others were trying their best to break the array. "The few old fellows are coming down together. Be careful," Lien Mingdong warned. He released the little lotuses and allowed them to self-detonate, exploding a white mist, and then, using the Duan clan's secret technique of concealing their whereabouts, he snuck into the group of sky demons. "Little fools, this formation cannot be broken with brute force, it needs to be done with one's brain." Duan Chong's laughter came out suddenly, followed by the sudden appearance of a city surrounded by thick walls. Chen Xiang also rushed over at this time. He saw the few elders attacking Yun Xiaodao and the others, but he was not too worried. At this time he also laughed out loud. "Old folks from Feng clan, you can't even handle a few brats, what meaning do you have in living? Let me end your lives." Chen Xiang arrived in a flash, and appeared behind the few panicking elders. The violent innate qi turned into a dragon power and formed a huge dragon claw, enveloping them in the air. At the same time, a Tai Chi dragon formation appeared on the ground, sucking in all the escaping elders. Chen Xiang arrived in a flash, and appeared behind the few panicking elders. The violent innate qi turned into a dragon power and formed a huge dragon claw, enveloping them in the air. At the same time, a Tai Chi dragon formation appeared on the ground, sucking in all the escaping elders. Bang! Lightning flashed wildly as the green dragon claw struck down. The few elders were torn apart by the berserk dragon power, and a bloody claw print that was a mix of flesh and stone appeared on the ground. "Chen Xiang, it's you again. I will definitely kill you today." A violent hurricane blew out from the STU-RDY city, carrying with it an angry sound. "Silent wind, who knows, you might be the one dying today. Haha, come out if you dare." Chen Xiang laughed. That voice was the soundless voice of the Feng clan's patriarch. "He doesn't dare, The Heaven Devil King outside are all waiting for him. Duan Chong laughed heartily, then sent a sound transmission to Chun Xiang. Kill those few Heaven Devil Kings, I'll watch over those few brats, there's no need to worry. Heaven Devil King is very important to the Sky Demon Army. Killing those few Heaven Devil King might be able to lure the stronger guys out. Long Shui used the Heaven Tour method to enter that city and made a shocking discovery. Hurry and Go, the Purple Moon Imperial Land, Flying Immortal School and the Qian Xian Gate are inside. There are also many ancient powers and their disciples are quickly coming out from underground. What? Chun Xiang immediately paused. Said down the news to Duan Chong, Yun Xiaodao and the others. If there was only one Feng clan, then Feng clan would definitely suffer a great loss today. Duan Chong did not expect it to turn out like this, and anxiously said, I will lead the rest of them to retreat, you will deal with the demonic beasts faster than me, you block the Heaven Devil King. Let's go quickly. Leave this place to me. With Duan Chong protecting Yun Xiaodao and the others, even if they were ambushed by the Heaven Devil King, they need not worry. Right now, many sky demons had already started their assault on the city. They were frantically reinstalling the large formation of the city, and if they did not know that there were many forces gathering inside, Duan Chong might have even destroyed the large formation of the city. Long Shui eavesdropped on the conversation of the people inside and told Chun Xiang, they do not plan to come out immediately, their formation can hold out for a period of time, they know that there are a few Heaven Devil Kings outside, and they will only go out when you are attacked by them. Chun Xiang released an invisible divine power, keeping an eye on the Heaven Devil Kings, ensuring that Duan Chong and the others could safely leave. Suddenly, a human bird-shaped Heaven Devil King with wings discovered Duan Chong's group. He swooped down towards the sky and Chun Xiang immediately flew over as well. The holy devil-suppressing seal's character of Zhen floated onto his palm. The holy seal had become very small and had fused into his palm, so no one would be able to discover it. The Heaven Devil King was very tall, about the height of 3 people. His entire body was covered in black muscles and he had 2 pairs of powerful black wings on his back. In his hands was a sharp red spear and his eyes shone with a cold green light. Chun Xiang suddenly appeared in front of the Heaven Devil King, which was something the Heaven Devil King did not expect. Just by being a little bit slow in resisting, his head had been struck by a palm from Chun Xiang, and on his forehead, there was even a palm-sized golden Zhen character. What is this? The Heaven Devil King howled in fear. Following that, the word Zhen on his forehead flickered with a holy and holy golden multicolored light, which instantly spread to his entire body, and this Heaven Devil King's huge body immediately turned into golden powder. Chun Xiang took a few deep breaths. Although the holy devil-suppressing seal had not grown any larger, it had consumed quite a bit of his power, and had absorbed quite a bit of his power. Fortunately, he had just broken through and condensed another 15 heaven pellets in his body. What kind of move is this? Defeating a Heaven Devil King with just 1 palm? Duan Chong was extremely shocked. He was currently leading Yun Xiaodao and the others to use a concealed method to escape. In the blink of an eye, they had been killed by Chun Xiang. Not only was this kind of power shocking to Duan Chong, even the remaining 3 Heaven Devil Kings felt that it was unbelievable. Their strengths were strong. It had to be known that they had cultivated their soul fragments with strong grudges for many years, and had stood out amongst the countless sky demons, becoming their emperor. The human experts also knew what kind of strength they had, and they were not afraid of the demon empress, who were previously at their level. Chun Xiang didn't understand what was going on now, but he admired the devil-suppressing heavenly venerable a lot. He could actually create such a powerful thing, and when the holy devil-suppressing seal was used with the devil-suppressing golden body and the devil-suppressing holy power to fight against the demons, its power was astonies. Hi+ing. Let's take a look at the fusion of Holy Devil-Suppressing Seal and Green Dragon Demon-Slaying Broadsword, Long Shui suggested. Just as Chen Xiang thought this, he immediately took out the Green Dragon Demon-Slaying Broadsword. Both the Green Dragon Demon-Slaying Broadsword and the Holy Devil-Suppressing Seal had fused into his body. He could use them however he wanted, and naturally, he could also integrate their powers. He stared at a Heaven Devil King that was the head of the Beastmen army. The Heaven Devil King was staring at him from high up in the sky. "Eat my knife." Chen Xiang stood on the ground and poured the power of the Holy Devil-Suppressing Seal into the Green Dragon Demon-Slaying Broadsword, and then slashed at Heaven Devil King in the air, the blade releasing a gold light, and at the center of the gold light, one could vaguely see a dragon working hard to draw the word Zhen, but before the Zhen was completely formed, it had already struck the Heaven Devil King. Although he did not become a character, the Heaven Devil King was left with nothing as a result of the terrifying ray of golden light. This guy is too strange. He actually made a move on such a powerful Heaven Devil King. Duan Chong exclaimed. We did not succeed just now. There are 2 more Heaven Devil Kings. Chen Xiang was very clear that during the slash just now, the Holy Devil-Suppressing Seal and the Green Dragon Demon-Slaying Broadsword did not perfectly fuse. Otherwise, the power would have been even greater. But using it like this, he consumed even more of his innate qi, several times faster than using the Holy Devil-Suppressing Seal alone. He felt that just Holy Seal Palm would be enough to deal with all these Heaven Devil King. The remaining 2 Heaven Devil Kings were the same size as usual, except their skin was purplish-black, looking sinister and evil. They held sharp black spears in their hands. "Let's attack together," a red-haired Heaven Devil King said, holding onto his spear. His body turned into a black shadow as he dashed towards Chen Xiang. The 2 Heaven Devil Kings suddenly appeared in front of Chen Xiang, using the pikes in their hands to quickly stab Chen Xiang, only to see Chen Xiang's body being pierced by 2 pikes, causing him to bleed profusely, but losing a bit of blood qi. This was Chen Xiang's illusion. Just when the 2 Heaven Devil Kings sensed that something was amiss, Chen Xiang, who was above them, clapped his hand down. A small town appeared in his palm, and released a blinding golden light that made it difficult for people to make out what a word it was. They only felt that it was that intense ball of golden light, releasing that golden light that turned a large portion of the sky demons into dust. With the word suppress pressed down, the 2 Heaven Devil Kings instantly died, and forever disappeared. A loud laughter came from inside the city. "Haha, it was easy for you to kill the Heaven Devil King, but it wasn't so easy for you to deal with us." This was the patriarch of the Feng clan. Feng Xian laughed sinisterly. "Those Heaven Devil Kings are dead. Attack from all angles, and try to capture as many fellows who were attracted by the sky demons as possible. Those Heaven Devil Kings are dead. Attack from all angles, and try to capture as many fellows who were attracted by the sky demons as possible." The city gates opened, and a large group of people rushed out, letting out roars filled with energy. It was a magnificent sight. Duan Chong anxiously said to Chen Xiang, "Leave these guys to me, you guys go first." It was fine to deal with the demonic Chen Xiang, but he could not deal with the experts of the ancient powers. Yun Xiaodao and the others were already fighting with the sky demons. "You bunch of hypocritical demons, don't think that no one can restrain you." Duan Chong fiercely leaped into the air, his palm like a dragon, striking towards an elder who was charging at him. The formless but very powerful force instantly turned the elder into a large piece of flesh. Duan Chong flashed again, appearing in front of a group of elders who were Hi+ing towards Chen Xiang, one of them stepping on the ground. Suddenly there was an extremely strong suction force from the ground. In the blink of an eye, half of the bodies of the elders and the sky demons were buried in the soil. Purgatory's purgatory, that was a very powerful skill from Duan Chong. Hel, Elsblade, Wildflower Dance. Duan Chong opened up both of his arms. His chest suddenly expanded out. His body fiercely shook. A burst of tyrannical power surged out, forming countless condensed energy blades. Like a wave, they swept towards the elders and sky demons in front of him, who were stuck in the ground, unable to move at all. The countless blades of air formed from energy crazily danced, turning the areas they said into mincemeat. At that moment, waves of blood mist gushed out, and the sky demons and people who were trapped on the ground were unable to move, unable to use their powers. In just an instant, all the seniors of the ancient powers and a portion of the sky demons had been wiped clean, leaving only half of their bodies buried in the ground. That scene could be said to be extremely bloody, and even Chen Xiang felt chills down his spine. This old man, such a bloody move, his name is actually so elegant. When Zhu Rong saw the ground filled with flesh, he immediately vomited. Thanks to him, I don't want to eat meat anymore for at least a few months. The upper echelons of the ancient powers were witnessing this scene. The muscles on their faces twitched frantically. Duan Chong's appearance was beyond their imagination. His strength was so strong, only the purple moon could resist, but the purple moon had mysteriously died in Chen Xiang's hands. The holy light on Chen Xiang's body shone brightly. The surrounding sky demons did not dare to approach him, while Yun Xiaodao and the rest followed beside him. They did not even need to attack, as they could easily walk amongst the sky demons. Heh, I'm actually late for such a big event. An eerie laughter echoed in the world. As the voice sounded, the world seemed to turn colder. The demonic clouds in the sky began to churn even more violently as gusts of wind began to blow across the bloody land. It's the ghost sage. Quickly flee. Duan Chong's face changed drastically as he roared at Chen Xiang and the others. We can't escape. This little brat has green dragon demon slain broadsword. I'm going to take him. Suddenly, a hooded old man with a back full of wrinkles appeared in front of Chen Xiang. This old man had no eyes, only 2 holes in the ground, making him look very scary. Old bastard, don't be so presumptuous. The devil-suppressing holy power on Chen Xiang's body expanded. Golden light shot out from his body, causing the ghost sage to retreat a few steps. Duan Chong had already rushed over, but was suddenly entangled by the experts of the ancient powers. You are Duan Chong, I recognize you, old grave robber Dai. The one who spoke was an elder of the Flying Immortal School. He was strong, but slightly weaker than Duan Chong. However, if the few of them worked together, they would be able to fight with Duan Chong. Duan Chong was furious, but even if he was anxious, it was useless. The combined power of these few ancient powers was making it difficult for him to escape. He was very clear about the Ghost Sage's strength. Although Chen Xiang could deal with Heaven Devil King easily, it was hard to say. Little fellow, since you dare to be impudent in front of my Ghost Sage, I will let you understand that sometimes dying is also a very happy thing. Ghost Sage's voice was extremely sinister. A withered old ghost claw extended towards Chen Xiang. Chen Xiang immediately released his holy devil-suppressing seal, causing it to become as big as HI+ELD, and faced the word Zhen in front of the ghost sage, then charged forward. Ghost Sage let out a mournful howl as he thought back to the sky. It was as if an evil spirit had appeared in the world. All of you, quickly leave. Chen Xiang said to Yun Xiaodao and the others. Even though he had suffered quite a bit from Ghost Sage just now, he knew that with his current strength, even if he used Holy Devil Suppressing Seal S, he could only temporarily delay this Ghost Sage. This Ghost Sage's strength was truly terrifying. Chen Xiang and Duan Chong did not expect this guy to suddenly appear. It was truly an anomaly. When Chen Xiang forced Ghost Sage back, his strike just now had caused fear in his heart. At this moment, he was extremely fearful of that power, if not for the fact that he could tell that Chen Xiang was still unable to unleash the power of that holy seal, he would have already escaped. Yun Xiaodao, Zhu Rong and the others seized this opportunity to leave. They knew that staying behind would only drag Chen Xiang and Duan Chong down. Chen Xiang took out the green dragon demon-slain broadsword, fusing the holy devil-suppressing seal's power with the green dragon demon-slain broadswords. The ghost sage pounced again. His withered hand suddenly turned into a ghastly white claw, surrounded by ghost chi, and once again grabbed towards Chen Xiang's chest and head. Chen Xiang did not show any weakness as he fiercely slashed with his blade. A wave of golden light gushed out from the blade and turned into a roaring golden dragon, which appeared and bit onto Ghost Sage, pus. Plus-ing this hunchbacked body behind. Soon after, the golden dragon turned into an ancient, Zhen, character. This Zhen character was an ancient character and seemed to be formed from a dragon. Although it looked different from the original one, this Zhen character was the same as before, natural and full of spirituality. The ghost sage howled and flew out, while Chen Xiang's blade had used up all of its energy, causing the hundreds of thousands of heavenly demons around to be purified by the divine light. Chen Xiang was already extremely weak, but his ghost sage had not been completely defeated. Duan Chong was still restrained by a few experts, unable to go and save him. Ha ha! The ghost sage's eerie laughter once again sounded out. Good kid, you're quite strong, but you're still too inexperienced. If I had given you a few hundred more years, I might have finished playing just now. Now you're dead for sure. Ghost Sage turned into a blood-red shadow, pouncing towards Chen Xiang. Yun Xiaodao, Zhu Rong and the others immediately retreated, wanting to use all their strength to save Chen Xiang. The sky suddenly shook with a rumbling sound, and a giant black hand with a threatening force slammed down, pressing onto Ghost Sage's body. Demon Lord! Spare me lightly! Ghost Sage let out a roar like a pig being butchered, and was immediately destroyed by the huge black hand that descended from the sky. Chen Xiang was stunned. The Demon Lord's strength was too terrifying. It's over, it's the master of the Sky Demon Army. I never thought I'd wake him up. Duan Chang's voice was filled with despair and fear.